It's clobbering time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
Come get some.
The word is given.
Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberoids, clobberooskies, clobberians, clobberonimos, clob trekkers, clobs this and clobs that. And just remember, if you don't know how to clob yet, you could one day if you learn how to. Bang the rocks together, guys. Clobberonimo! We in Clobberonimo indeed. Welcome, my friends, to Clobberin Times, issue number 502 on YouTube, 1,502 overall the past 15 years, and it is Saturday Night Star Trek number 172, Voyager Reviews, with our most wonderful first officer in the fleet, the amazing Commander R.M. Briggs. And it is so good to see you here with us tonight on this Memorial Day weekend edition of Saturday Night Star Trek. And in respect to that, Clobberin Times would now like to make a Clobberin Times tribute, a moment of silence for all the extraordinary American soldiers and defenders of freedom that we have lost since our wonderful republic began. So here we now have a bit of just a tiny, not a literal moment, but a moment, a few seconds of silence for all those extraordinary people. And there's really no adequate way to thank anyone who gave their life to defend freedom
That's right.
and liberty. You can't. I mean, it's so inadequate. But we who appreciate it, we who love freedom, will always at least do something, and that's of course what this weekend is all about. I mean, it's a big holiday, and it's here, and it's treated. I mean, a lot of people take time off and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But also, as long as you don't lose sight of what it's about, I say. And so, they gave us the freedom to be able to sit here and flap our gums about a TV show and have fun and geek out and laugh and cut up, and they lost it all. So that we could do that. So that's not a payable debt at all.
No.
So, but number one, good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, and just further to what the captain said, as a Canadian, I would just like to say thank you to all of those who have served and who are currently in service.
Absolutely.
You keep the peace all over the world. And it's not just you, it's also your families. And so I'm just sending you all of my love and respect. Thank you for making the world a better place. How much I appreciate America, how much I appreciate the USA for everything that they have done for all of mankind. So I love you, USA, and thank you for everything you stand for, and thank you for your service to all of us.
Indeed. Thank you. And thank you to all those people. And those people, amongst one of those people, of course, who was a veteran, a great hero, was Mr. Gene Roddenberry.
Yes.
And he gave us something wonderful called Star Trek, and it branched off into many different things. And not always great, but still Star Trek exists, and we celebrated here on Saturday nights. So before we get started in doing that and reviewing 4 episodes, I would like for my wonderful first officer to open us up with her traditional Saturday night words. So go for it.
Well, thank you so much, Captain. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Night Star Trek. Are you new here? Well, then you should know right now that you are in for such a great time. This is a mini Star Trek convention every Saturday night, every weekend here on CLOBBERIN Times. Mike Clobby Alonso's virtual comic book shop that is one of the coolest places that you can go and just hang around with your friends, nerds, geeks, and like-minded folk. So we're going to have a great time tonight talking about Voyager. Before we do that, I'd like to say thank you to a few people. I know this takes a bit of time, and it's probably kind of annoying, but you know what? We are surrounded by a really great group of people here. People who, after 2, 3, 4, and even 5 years, have become our real friends, our true friends. And so I just want to thank them for everything that they do. I want to thank the Wrenches. Thank you so much for being here and just enhancing this whole experience and guiding us all. You helped me, you helped Clubby, you helped people in the chat. It's like herding Trek cats. So thank you to all the Wrenches. I want to thank my buddy Lord Thoth. He's just a marvelous human being. I want to thank the great Southern gentleman Larry. I want to thank Eric K. I want to thank my buddy Chris Persia. I just love you so much. And I want to thank my friend Gwagnar. Holy Moses, Gwagnar, you are just such a generous and kind and brilliant person. Thank you for everything that you do for me and for Clobby. And I want to thank Wes Cagle. And I want to thank Lisa. These are very special people who week in, week out, day after day, they're on social media trying to get people to come here. They're trying to grow the community. They're trying to grow the channel. And I think that's a really special and beautiful thing because these are people who have their own lives. They have jobs, they have families, they have things to do. And yet a tiny little piece of their heart tells them to go on social media and just, tell everybody, come hang out with us. So it's really cool. So this is the yard in the 1970s that had all the bikes on it. And it's because of great people like the aforementioned folks who I love and appreciate very much. So thank you for all that you do for me and also for Clobby. I want to thank the great Scuba Pete, JT Kirk, and Holy Moses, Michael Beacom. Thank you for the incredible reviews that you have been giving all over in all of the bookstores in the United States, overseas, everywhere, telling people about what a wonderful time you had reading my books. Your reviews are simply incredible. You're so intelligent. You're so kind. You're so intelligent. Once again, you're just reaching into my life. You don't owe me anything. And yet here you are being true friends, reaching into my life and making a difference for me. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. That said, I also want to send out some love to Chris Persia's dad. He's getting a little bit older, and because he's getting a little bit older, he has older person ailments, and sometimes that could be super scary. And I know that it scared Chris Persia earlier on this year, a few weeks back. But your love works. So whether you're an agnostic, an atheist, or a devout believer, any feelings, positive vibes, feelings, prayers, anything you want to send, I know that that would be appreciated. Love works. And if we could extend that to my buddy Enigmatic Drop Air and his whole family, he is a huge hero around here. We just love him so much. And he needs to know that there is a whole team of people behind him who just adore him. And they're right here on Clobbering Times. And I also want to send that out to Philip Story's mother-in-law as well. So those are the folks that we just are in our hearts, and we are thinking about them, and we're thinking about the very best for them. I also want to let you all know that our good buddy Shooter is going to be away. He is on an away mission for 3 months. This is a serious mission. He might lose communications. And so he has sent some messages ahead of time to make sure that we don't miss him. But whether he shows up or not, I just want him to be safe on his journey. And I just want him to know that he is a great friend to one and all here. And I want him to travel safe, and I want him to be safe, and I want him to come home with a big smile on his face, because he will be missed. So Shooter may be in and out, and he wanted you to know that he's on that away mission. It's very important, and he will be back, and could be intermittently. And guess what, folks? I promised you a book in a year, and I delivered. The book is ready. It's available. You can buy it now at Amazon. Science Fiction Tales Volume 2 is now available. It is live. A hardcover is also, I am told by the mighty, mighty creature from the Black Lagoon himself, Gwagnar, that the hardcover is now available in Canada. I repeat, the hardcover is now available in Canada. So you can now secure your copy of Science Fiction Tales Volume 2 at Amazon. You can get it in an ebook, you can get it in a paperback, and you can get it in a hardback. And I just want to thank the great artist, Art by Cora, Amanda Cora, for this amazing interpretation of one of the aliens in the book, and it is on the cover. What an incredibly talented woman she is, and I just want to thank her for donating this beautiful art to the cover to help me as an indie artist as I struggle in a publishing ecosystem where corporations just want activists and activism. And I don't write. I'm not an activist, and I don't write about activism. I just write straight science fiction. So I'm going to just shout out the names of the people who made that book possible, and then we're going to get on with the show. Sorry, everyone, and thank you for being so patient with me. Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Penny Lane, Shooter, Gwagnar, Dave, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with the C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dabman and the Dabman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course Lance. He's our very own Porthos. Chuck some cheese in the chat, but don't let LTC. Rob Altus, Tyler, Jeff Wyatt, Rob Thunderheart, Mazarus, and Wes Cagle. Thank you for making this book happen. You backed this book and made it happen. And I love you. Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out to wherever he is in the great perhaps, Cardinal Sin, Gil Bavel. You backed my first book, and then you backed my second book because you loved me, and I loved you too. So thank you. and you are missed, my great friend. And those are all the thanks that I have to give tonight. I'm a very thankful person. I have some really great friends here, and you are all very wonderful people. So thank you. And now I'm going to turn it back over to the boss. Captain, my captain, mon capitaine. Let's do it.
Hey. All right. Well, there we go. Hang on 1 second. Let me make sure I got my ducks in a row, and I make sure I have everybody who was here. I hear some new friends old friends have popped in, I should say. And I want to make sure I got everybody so we can do the shout outs. All right, everybody. Shout out, show notes and shout outs, and then we'll get on with it. Oops.
I should warn everyone that I have my window open because it's finally spring here and it's warm. So if you hear crows, let me know. If you hear dogs barking or crows, I have the window open. Sorry about that, everyone. Feels good to have the window open, though, Clobby.
Well, down here it doesn't.
I know. Well, it's because it's perpetually hot there.
No, it's too hot. So anyway, let's see here. A few show notes and then some shout outs. And we'll get down to beeswax here tomorrow night. The great Mark D with the Seas channel ends your weekend geek on the Sunday night geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we hang out and we geek out, and he even makes you hungry with the eatery. Monday night, I'll be back on the great J-Man's channel with Sean. J-Man and I will continue our ongoing mission to review all of Legion of Superheroes. Three Mondays out of the month, so looking forward to that as always. And then the usual spate of shows next week. We'll get to those. I'll announce some more later. But I just wanted to say thank you all for being here with me tonight. Let me see if I can get everyone shouted out. What's that? Oh, you want to read that? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you, Babadoo. That's an incredibly kind thing to say. He says, folks, let me tell you about Raquel's book. I'm a fairly gruff guy. I've been blue collar all my life. I've gone to work with a broken back. She made me cry. Get the book. It's good sci-fi. I love you, Babadoom. Babadoom!
Yeah,
thank you, bud.
And now you have a second one to read now, Bubba. Because I think he's pretty sure he's read the first one. The second one just came out, right?
Yes, the second one just came out today. They finally cleared the covers today. I wanted the alien crawling onto the book. I wanted it to have a 3D effect. So I did the graphic arts, and I was very specific, and I was doing something very unique. And so the AI program that oversees the cover management, they did not want to publish the alien coming onto the book. But I wanted it to look real, Club. So it's been a pain in the neck, but it happened, Clubby.
Wow. I couldn't believe it went, you got it so fast. So,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be this fast. It's fantastic.
I've been working 24/7 behind the scenes.
Yes, you have. And you still give of your time to come here, and we just
I wouldn't miss this. This is my heaven. What do you mean? This is heaven for me. I get to go to heaven every week. I get to be with you.
This is our home. This is our hometown.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So let's do some shouty outies, shall we? What was I gonna do? Oh. I was trying to load a picture of a stupid StreamYards. Screw you. I got it. Sorry, everybody. Stream must be in a jerk.
I've been doing your Mr. Plinkett, not Mr. Plinkett, but your Mr. Plinkett. I've been doing it periodically around the house, and now my offspring and my husband think I'm nuts.
Yes, it can be annoying. I love it. Would you like a pretzel rolls? Okay.
You do a better Mr. Plinkett than Mr. Plinkett.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't agree with that. All right, let's see. Where were we? Okay, here we go. Shouty outies. Let's get down to it. The great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. Thank you so much for all you do, buddy. Great to see you. Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North, the extraordinary Chris Persia.
Yeah, you're darn right. Love you, Chris.
Love you, buddy. Hope your dad's doing better. the great D. Bud Martin, who joined me this past Wednesday night. Had a great time hanging out with him then, and then last night also hung out with him in Nick's chat.
Awesome.
Great stuff. The extraordinary Lord Thoth. Avon lives. Long live the Legion, buddy.
He ducked.
Yes, indeed. And the extraordinary J-Man. What's wrong with this? Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just my StreamYard. J-Man, partner in crime on Earth B, fantastic Legionnaire extraordinaire. Good to see you, buddy. He did pop in for a minute, looks like.
Oh, nice.
Our own Maximum Redstone. The great music meister. And he sent some limericks. He might be a little bit later in, either a little bit later. Fanty outside area, the Rascally Wrench. Our own Triple Bullwinkle, the great Larry. And we have I knighted 2 wrenches.
Yes.
This past week. The great Quag. Quag, buddy.
Quag.
And other long time buddy. He is Kirok.
Oh my God, Bobby, that's perfect.
He's not here. I don't think he's here yet, but when he shows up, we'll.
And just so you know, everyone, he is legally Kirok now in Michigan. When you see his car, he is legally Kirok.
Indeed-ishness. And shout out to my buddy Maddie's daddy. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Yeah. And of course, the great Cal. I hadn't seen Cologne forever, but I hope he's out there. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be back. Oh, there he is. Look, he is there. Look.
Where? Oh, there he is. Hi.
Hey. Thank you for the super chat, JT. You're too kind, buddy.
Oh, God, this is the time of the awakening.
Yeah.
Shin kicks.
He says, what the hell? Pockum for Botany. I don't know what the hell that means. This is a trekking time, this time of awakening. What the hell are you talking about, boy?
Are you wearing a Maquis? Are you wearing a Bajoran earring right now? JT Kirk, you need shin kicks.
Oh.
Off to the Agni booth. You go.
Yeah, well, was that
that was Bajoran.
A Bajoran thingy?
Yeah, he was speaking Bajoran.
Okay. Got it. Well, I'm just curious. Cool. That's cool. Let's see here. All right, we have some others, our friends in the chat who are with us now. Let us shout them out, shall we? Hey, we're all here in good fun, but there's no hurry, right? So, let's see. The great Mark D with a C is with us tonight, folks.
Yay!
As is our wonderful communications officer, anti-derivative Jill.
Jill.
FKH, what's up, Tim?
Hello.
Good to see you, buddy.
Your question earlier, we do, Tim, we do have a Memorial Day here. It's called Remembrance Day, and it's on the 11th of November.
Indeed. Shooter's here tonight, though, is he?
Pew! Shooter!
Right, he's here tonight, though.
He is.
I saw him in there, but he's going on a mission. Well, Shooter, look, we'll still read your reviews, man. If you get them to me, if you're able to get them to me.
You're darn tootin'.
RRTNZ. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Sandra Feliciano. What's up, Sandra?
Good evening.
Good to see you. Also, Raymond Feliciano's here. King Dolphin
TV.
In color. Get your info up there if you would for your channel. Please go to, if you have not already, please go to Sandra and Raymond's channel and subscribe and go check out his book info and all that good stuff. Classic Comics. What's up, bud?
CC. I like Shooter's response to you, Captain. He says, "Yeah, I'm here tonight. Gorn tomorrow."
Oh.
That is, I shall not be merciful to you. Thank you for contacting me. Yes, Luther. You shall be missed. Go destroy those humans for us.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you're doing it so early in the show. You have the greatest Gorn. Your Gorn is it's cherry, baby. It's cherry.
I just drank a sip of cherry Coke right now to make you feel better.
You have cherry Coke again? It's so expensive here. I don't know how you get.
I got Sonic cherry Coke, so it actually has cherries in it, not just the lip service that they give you from the.
Really, Sonic cherry cola, and it has real cherries in it.
At Sonic.
No.
Oh, you don't have places called Sonic there? It's a fast food place, but they make their cherry Coke. They put cherries in it. But anyway,
This is why we need to invent a transporter.
Yeah, Sonic. I'm sure they have Sonics up north. Maybe it's only down here. I don't know. Anyway, it's a drive up thingy. It's hard to explain. It's not
Gimme,
like
gimme. You know I love cherry cola. It's like the greatest thing
Love it.
ever, especially over chocolate ice cream. It makes the best chocolate cherry float. So good.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Coke. One of those Coke float things. I never liked.
No. Add cherry cola on ribs. If you soak your pork back ribs in cherry Coke before you cook them, soak them overnight in cherry Coke. You would not believe cherry Coke. The heavens open up and you can hear God. Oh, you can hear the angels. Oh,
You had to make it weird.
No, just cherry Coke is good for everything. That's what I'm saying.
Indeed, I love it, but I just want to drink it. I want to drink it, not have a relationship with it.
Mark just asked if cherry Coke is good on clams. Mark, your agonizer, please.
Bubba Doom Woods here.
Bubba Doom.
What's up, Bubba Doom? Penny's here. Hey, Penny.
Penny. Well, you know what time this is, folks. Penny is such a beautiful person. And if you were mean to her this week, maybe you're not even a person. Maybe you're just the fridge door didn't close exactly when she needed. Maybe the car didn't start. Whatever your beef was with Penny this week, this is her answer to you from me.
It's getting more and more complicated for you to say hello to Penny.
I love Penny. I can't believe that she treats us like a radio station and that she's always here and that we're a part of her nighttime routine. How honored do you feel? I know I feel totally honored. I think she's the coolest lady ever.
We have Simply Steve is with us, our old friend.
Simply Steve!
Old friend. And I want to thank everybody who showed up last week, by the way, for my 100th anniversary show. It was very nice of you all, by the way. Skeptic Stream. Good to see you there, buddy.
Skeptic Stream.
David G. Sound.
Dave G. Sound. Not just another body of water.
Star Blazing Wolverine.
Hello.
The great enigmatic drop bear.
The erudite bear. Watch this space. He's going to be dropping the mic tonight.
Just don't hit your foot. Steve Casaboom.
Casaboom.
I believe we have the proper number of Steves.
Oh, well, then here comes the Canadian joke. It's not the Daves, it's the Steves. And the singing has to be incredibly bad, exactly the way it was on Kids in the Hall. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know.
Let's see. Jeremiah Hembry. Hey.
Jeremiah.
Brogu from my old hometown.
Brogu. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hello. It's so nice to see you. Oh, we have such great Southern gentlemen here. I just love when Southern gentlemen are around. They're just the coolest people.
Oh my goodness, the great Michael Beacom and Cassandra's here too.
Yes. Good evening,
Michael
Beacoms. And hello to Sean.
Indeed. Sandra Hammerslag. Hello.
Sander.
Anonymous. What's up, buddy?
Anonymous.
And Anonymous Gamer.
Oh, good
right
evening,
next to each
Anonymous
other.
Gamer.
Yeah. Ray Lucard. Hey.
Evening, Ray.
And I don't know if anyone else is, unless I missed somebody, but anyone else comes in will be noted and shouted out accordingly.
Yes.
Now, I guess we can get down to it. The Steve Casaboom said I just rewatched PR season 3 for the third time. So awesome. Steve, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I'm not a hated it with a passion, but we won't get it. We don't talk about fake Trek here, so I'm not allowed by my own rules. I'm not allowed to talk about it. But I'm glad you're here. Lisa's here.
Lisa.
There you go. Lisa.
She reviewed
Good
the
to see
channel. She reviewed the show. It's because Lisa rocks.
Yes, she is. I mean, she does, and she knows her rocks too. She rocks with us there.
Oh no,
So-
Sean's working overnights. Yucky. Poor guy. Send him our best.
Yikes. Yikesers. All right. Well, let's get down to beeswax.
Yeah.
Yep. What is start for those about anyone out there leaking or lurking? If you're taking a leak, that's your own business. Lurking or watching on a download or rerun, I thank you for being here. I always forget to do that. But anyone who is new and lurking or watching that way, Saturday Night Star Trek is basically a mission a perilous mission undertook by my wonderful first officer and myself back in January of 2021, where we started with, of course, to review all of real deal Star Trek, which is 1966 through 2005. Nothing after that is legitimate Star Trek. It's all filth. And of course, just this, don't panic. It's just one man's opinion, just my opinion. And that's just the way I run things around here. I don't tell anyone else what to think, but for me, it's all filth. So we started with the original series. We do 4 episodes a night usually. Then the animated series. Then Star Trek: The Next Generation. Then we did before that we did the original crew films. Sorry. Then we did Star Trek: The Next Generation, the TNG films. Then we did Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, and now, just now, we are beginning Star Trek Voyager Season 7. This is, of course, as I've said, Saturday Night Star Trek number 172. After this series, we will finish up with Star Trek Enterprise, and then we will be done, and we'll still do Star Trek shows. I just don't know what. So we'll probably be done by the end of the year. We started again. Hey, Philip Story, good to see you. Again,
Hey,
we started.
were your ears burning? We were talking about you. Good to see you, sweetheart.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And good to see you, sir. But let's see. Like I said, we started this in January of 2021, and we'll be ending it. Looks like it might get done this year. Crazy. Okay, so our first episode up for the evening. What we do here is, number 1, reads a synopsis of it, or basically tells us about the episode in review. And then, and there are these 4 episodes, by the way. And then, of course, we talk about the episode a bit. We rate it, give our opinions on it, and then you in the chat, my dear friends, if you're so inclined, can give a rating and any words, give a few chats, giving us your thoughts on the episode. The episodes tonight are Unimatrix Zero Part 2, Imperfection, Drive, and Repression. So without further ado, take it away, number 1.
Well, thank you so much, Captain. Yep, the boss is right. I'm going to be reading extemporaneously from Wikipedia. Oh, and boy, is that a real treat, especially given the grammar. Yes, folks, our first offering this evening is Unimatrix Zero Part 2. This is Season 7, Episode 1, and if you're following along in the companion or the celebration, it is production code 247. This first aired on October 4th in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
In the year
All right.
2000.
I love the Gorn. Okay, here we go. Part poo from Wikipedia. The Janeway, Tuvok, and Torres drones proceed with their plan to help Unimatrix Zero. They are not connected to the Borg Collective, as the Doctor has inoculated them with a neural inhibitor, protecting their individuality. Tuvok's inhibitor wears off, and the Collective eventually overcomes his mind.
Wow.
The Borg Queen confronts Janeway to demand the drones of Unimatrix Zero submit themselves for reassimilation. The Queen destroys several of her own ships because only a handful of crew are offline and suspected of being the newly sentient drones from the Dream Realm.
Wow.
Janeway calls her bluff, pointing out that such a tactic would essentially require her to destroy the entire collective. Correct. Having discovered a means of sending Borgs as drones into Unimatrix Zero, the Queen threatens to release a Borg-modified form of the nanovirus from within the Unimatrix Zero to kill every affected inhabitant's corporeal drone, unless Janeway agrees to speak with them. Janeway informs the crew that Unimatrix Zero can no longer exist. Chakotay realizes this means destroying the Matrix, so the Queen cannot spread the nanovirus. Seven is forced to say goodbye to her lover, who is on a Borg ship in the Beta quadrant, which should be Vita, but we'll say Beta. Voyager, aided by a Borg sphere crewed by liberated drones, rescues the away team. Independent Borg, who now, like the Queen, have the advantage of being self-aware, take command of some vessels, rebel, and start a civil war within the collective. And that is all Wikipedia has to say about Unimatrix Part Poo. Clobby, Captain, my captain, tell me, what'd you think of Unimatrix Part?
Well, really, you made me happy that they made the episode just to hear you talk about it. Hey, Dave C.
Dave!
And DJ Play Nice.
DJ Play Nice! Rock!
Hey there. Good to see you, my friends. Well, it's over now, at least. How about that? I said something nice about it, didn't I? Well, you know me, I didn't like the first part, so there wasn't going to be a whole lot of chance of me getting particularly thrilled about the second part. Tired of the Borg, as I said last week, when referring to the part one. It's really all just one story, hodgepodge together. My views have not changed. It's boring. It's just not particularly compelling. I can't wait for it to be over. So I don't have a whole lot to say other than I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we're done with this one Borg story. Maybe we won't have any Borg stories for what? Oh, wait, I forgot what show we're talking about. I've totally forgot what show we're talking about, didn't I? So, yeah, this thing is just kind of, it's mostly dull and boring and tedious, and I don't care. I can't get a lot of emotion worked up for it. I just don't care. So,
well, that would make you more Vulcanian than Tuvok.
Indeedian. We'll go for your notes.
These are my notes, folks. I've been watching Star Trek my entire life. Yeah, literally my entire life. So when I decided that I was going to join Clobby here as his first officer, I would take notes while I'm watching the episode so that I could talk about all the things I would talk about if we were here together, all of us. And so, piece of paper, pencil. This is what I wrote down. Alice Krieg is the only Borg queen. Stop it now. We were told that the Borg appear in Unimatrix Zero in whichever way they wish. They control the psychological space. So this story makes no sense. I'm going to say that again. Axiom, Axum, I think it is, says that they control the psychological space. So they can appear however they want, right?
Yeah.
So this story is poo. Seven's boyfriend, Axum, is back, and it's a gigantic bar fest. It was a full-on barfarama. We all puked on each other, and we didn't even eat pie first.
Wow.
Why is the Vulcanian the weakest intellectually and emotionally? And why is the Queen calling him Tuvok? She assumes he's been assimilated, so she would be referring to him as 3 of 12, not Tuvok, over and over again. Continually calling him Tuvok is terrible writing and terrible directing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing that did stand out for me. What's wrong with him? Of all of them, he should have been the coolest. And all that pressure.
Yes, but remember what I said. These are seeds of the filth, which is why when you go to the filth forums, they're all talking about these poo-smeared episodes that are fecal finger paintings to come. Wow. Tom Paris thinks the mission is worthless, and he says so to Chipotle. We all know this already. Everyone knows this already. You see, she got herself assimilated, and 2 of her crew, Bangway did, or Borgway. Borgway got everybody assimilated so that they could save the dream world, so that Borgs could dream. Even Borg's dream. Electric sheep. Electric sheep. Whatever. Yep. Anyway, tried to fit Philip K. Dick in there, but it's not going to fit, and I shouldn't sully his name here. Anyhow. True. There is no way Bangwei took her chief engineer and commander to be assimilated on a Borg ship, and they didn't immediately change the security codes and command codes on Voyager. In order to believe this, you have to be a moron. Bangwei emotes horror at the death of drones. Why? Why? These are literally cobbled body parts. Literally. We're talking about somebody furthering the idea of the daemon from the modern Prometheus. This is Mary Shelley's murderous freakazoid. That's what this is. It's ridiculous. Then, on top of this shite, we have to revisit the Doctor's crush on Seven. The Doctor actually is written to become jealous that Axum is doing this smoochy tonsil hockey ugly bump and dance with Seven, and he isn't. Okay. Then the worst thing about this depraved junk is that, good evening, Turing Machine.
Turing Machine.
Is that they bring up children again. It wasn't enough that they showed that they had removed a baby from its mother's womb before it was born, and that they tortured it and put sick Borg implants in the baby's skull. It wasn't bad enough that they showed decapitated drones having parts of their brain pulled out. No, that's not enough. We need to show children in the dream state as drones. This is so sick in the head, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Star Trek. This is Star Trek unbecoming. I would like to say, though, that every time we went to the dream state, the crickets, once you start listening to the crickets, they begin to help induce sleep, because the episode induces sleep, and then the crickets just heighten the experience. You fully want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Some things that I noted that are completely ridiculous about this episode. Tuvok is completely effing useless, but the women never wavered. The women took their inoculation and they stayed connected to who they were, but the Vulcanian, who is supposed to have the most disciplined mind, think about Spock. Think about how Spock showed how we train the minds of young Vulcanian children. He is the weakest link.
Yes.
And the women, there's no question that the women are strong and powerful, but the Vulcanian male becomes the nincompoop. Then to top it all off, this puke fest covered in barf and shit. Neelix is a bridge officer. He's on the bridge, and they're letting him touch the L cars. Okay. Then, directly after that, Axbum and Seven tell each other that they got to fall in love again.
Wow. Okay, you're killing me.
It's an F.
You're killing me over here.
It's an F.
I'm giving it an A because your review of it made me laugh. If they never made this episode, I wouldn't be. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm so immature. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, look, hey, Narada Amanda Bear. Welcome. Good to see you.
Amanda Bear. Okay, Claudia, you and I are going to a dream state, and we're in our alcoves together. And I turn to you in the dream state and I say, look, Clubs, Captain, my captain, mon capitaine, you can come back here and you could be fully in your human form if that's what you want to do. Like, you can take all your Borg implants off, or you can come back as King Kong. What are you coming back to the dream state as? Because I know that I'm coming as the Terminator. Do you know what I mean? I'm coming as a if the Terminator and King Kong had a baby. That's how I'm returning to the dream state. I'm going to be kicking ass and taking names.
Yes, indeed. Dad Man's here too, by the way.
Dad Man!
Dad Man and the Dad Man clan. What's up, buddy? So yeah, I give it an F because it bored me silly, and again, also that was, I'm glad you mentioned that. I knew that your notes, since this show is so forgettable. Sometimes I won't lie to everyone here. I would rely on the notes that number one makes because you just don't make notes. Because I'll go, oh yeah, now I remember I wanted to bitch about that and I forgot about it. Tuvok is pathetic in this episode. I mean, he's been pathetic in others.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't understand that he gave no reason for why he was such a pushover and such a wuss in this one. I don't understand it. Other than, I guess, like you said, they wanted to make him look bad and make the ladies look like girl bosses and whatever, like they do today. It was very, very 2024 of them, I suppose. So yeah, it was just lame drivel. I gave it an F. I guess now we could ask for some reviews. Let's lose this puppy. What do you think?
Is the word given, Captain?
I'll have to check and see. Oh yeah.
The word is given.
All right, my friends. Now, if you will come forward with any reviews, or words you may have about Unimatrix Zero, Audience Nothing, Part 2, I will bring us some Max Redstone entertainment. Because the great Max Redstone is not here yet, but he has sent along some limericks, for some episodes. And here we go. Unimatrix Zero Part 2 by the great Max Redstone. Here we go. Freedom is a human itch. Assimilate way makes the Borg switch. For disrupting routine, the so-called Borg queen turns into a full-blown Borg bitch. This is now my favorite episode ever, just for you and Max.
Get away from her, you bitch.
You and Max have made this the best.
The Ponies Minion and the Pepperoni are here.
By the way, RRTNZ, I'm sorry I didn't see what you gave me earlier. You gave
I didn't see that.
Gifted a Clobbering Times membership. Thank you, RRTNZ.
That's incredibly generous of you.
I apologize
again.
What? I apologize. I didn't. What?
That didn't show up.
What? It was starred.
Yeah, but it didn't show up in my tab.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I don't know what's
weird.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it till I looked into the stars. I'm so sorry about that. RR, my apologies. I just saw it.
Yep. Sorry about that. StreamYard is doing something very strange with this whole starring thing and whether or not we get to see it. And I that's total crap. I'm so sorry about that, RRTNZ.
So the Polynese here?
Yes, the wonderful Apollome's Minion and the pepperoni, the pepperoni.
Hey, pepperoni, follow me. Hope you're doing well, but dear, love you. We miss you, and be safe out there, young lady.
We do love you. I have a piece of her in my living room. Yes,
so do I. I have one of her wonderful works, wonderful pieces of art, as you do, that she so kindly made for us. And she's just a wonderful artist and a wonderful friend of the show and has been for quite some time.
And so generous. It not only is the work very expensive, but incredibly expensive to send to us. And it was just like, I just love it. Of course I treasure mine, but I just, what a wonderful person.
R said, don't worry about it. It was aimed at Penny and she got it. So mission accomplished. That's cool. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could aim it at anybody. I didn't know it worked like that. Because they won't let, as far as I know, they don't even let me give them out to anybody I want. So anyway.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Cassandra. Cassandra just went and bought my book. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Cassandra. All right, let's see here. Where are we? Okay, let's start reading these suckers here. The great E. Nick Braddock Drop Bear says F. Turns out a Borgvok of the alleged Vulcan has a weaker mind than Insane Way and a Belland. I love that he calls her Belland. Who would have thunk it? No one, because it's dumb, just like the rest of this episode. Boy, is it ever?
Yeah.
Why is that Queenie? Why is it that Queenie had to ask where Borgvok was after his neuroblocker thing, a thingamabob, failed? Apparently, she knows where the rest of the collective are when they're not in Borgtopia. That is, Yeah,
Borgtopia.
I love it. Borgtopia. Perfect. Perfection. You rock, AD.
This is great. He's coined that for us. Now we're all going to call it
Borgtopia.
Borgtopia from
There
this
you
day
go.
forward.
Indeed. And how about Queenie Strangelove threatening in same way by blowing up parts of her own fleet? Yeah, exactly. That was weird because there were people on it, but yeah, they were all Borg. It was so ridiculous. Clearly, no one was standing back and asking, "Does the story make any sense?" No,
There
were
were
not.
no adults in the room. And I would just like to say good evening to Pat S., a wonderful friend who we have known for a very long time. He just walked through the door and he put up a review. Pat S., it is so good to see you. Everyone say hello to Pat.
Wes Cagel's here.
West!
Hey, Wes. You started, but I know he was here. And Pat S., buddy. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well, man.
I dropped
Good
the
to see you,
ball.
brother.
I didn't even see West. I just started
started.
because
No,
I'm
no,
just
it's good.
looking for the letters at the beginning or the grade at the beginning or
Perfect.
the end. West,
Good.
it's so good to
Perfect.
see you.
Good to see you, West, buddy. The biggest Voyager fan there ever lived. West says, just got here and missed the review of this one. Well, no, we're still in the midst of it, but I really don't need it. It is Voyager. It's like having an agonizer shoved where the sun don't shine. F-.
Yeah, like you could watch Voyager, or you could take a Klingon paint stick and give yourself a colonoscopy.
Something tells me, I just have this gut feeling that that West doesn't care much for Voyager. Just call me crazy. Go out on a limb here. Kirok says D-. And he started with that word, so he says Alpha more of the same. Man, the Borg have downgraded significantly since Wolf 359.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a season two-parter of a Chakotay Captain Proton, Chaotic Captain Proton than this dribble. Yeah, me too. I'd rather Captain Proton any day. Wouldn't the Queen know about the plan, so to speak, when the crew was ass immolated? Magic, medicine, or not? Magic, medicine, or not? If only Unimatrix Zero inhabitants had the sense to appear as Ewax in the Borg, would have no choice. Nice. Thank you, JJ.
It's all true. It's all true.
Rogu says F.
Brogu's just like, whatever, man. This episode's horrible.
A man of few letters.
Yeah, why? The thing is Brogu's not going to talk about it if it's so
Fine with
bad
me.
that it's not worth
Hey,
it to him.
I haven't been saying much either.
Yeah,
Not much to say. RRT says Unimatrix one part two, I think it's 0 actually, but this part 2 is full of logic fails and contrivances, but it's still fun. Ryan even does a little acting, and not with her, would have been an A if Janeway had sacrificed herself, but it gives it a B. That's not nice. RR, how dare you?
Bangway? I don't know.
Our communications officer, antiderivative, Jill. Hey, Jill. Says, gives it an F. Any potential for something interesting from the first half is demolished.
Yeah.
For instance, in the first half, Seven wants to help, but now she doesn't want to. Now she doesn't want to. Doesn't want people to use the word friends.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Indeedishness. Also, in the first half, it made sense that Seven didn't want a relationship with Axa because she doesn't remember him. But suddenly, the high school-esque romance is in full swing. Good part. Another good
They
part.
got to fall in love again.
Was that
They're
sweet?
in love.
That's so sweet. It's as if this episode was written by a completely different person who only got the crib notes for the first episode, probably didn't even watch it, and didn't even watch it. Exactly. But they're both written by the same people, so it's even weirder, isn't it?
Maybe there was whiskey involved.
Whiskey and wine. Tuvok has the most mental discipline and control over his mind. So why is he the one to break down first? Is this an intentional subversion of expectations or just inconsistent character writing? You got me on that one.
Well,
my friend.
if they're trying to subvert expectations, why not throw us a bone? I mean, we're Star Trek fans and they know it. So say something like, that the doctor's inoculation must have interacted with his Vulcanian blood, and so it wasn't as effective as it would be for humans. Just say something that helps us to maintain the world of pretend. Oh, good evening, Adega. Adega Outlaw's here. Everyone say hello to Adega.
Greetings, Adega Outlaw, my friend. Good to see you.
Right, Jill? And this is what I mean. Like, people think that I'm insulting them personally, but I'm not. When I say that you have to be a moron to like it, or they're writing for morons, or they're treating us like morons. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the writing. I just want them to respect us and have us in mind. And so I love that you put in the chat, that would have helped. Yes, it certainly would have, wouldn't it? Because then the whole thing makes sense. Otherwise, you're just, you're taking apart an entire species in this pretend world that we loved our whole lives. So it's just sad. One sentence.
Jill continues, I realize now that they promoted Tom just to make him acting first officer here, which is in no way, which he in no way deserves.
Yeah.
Harry should have been promoted over Tom, given all the trouble he causes. True. And he doesn't, and we'll say what you want about Harry, at least he doesn't get in trouble all the time.
Yeah, and he's not like volatile. Like I find the Tom Paris character, they make him increasingly erratic and violent for no reason.
They're trying to be edgy, wasn't like the hothead type, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, but I mean, should at least be sensible about it. Janeway, Torres, and Tuvok are lucky that their Borgification didn't include the frequent amputation. Yeah.
Yes.
It does seem like they have less Borgie implants on them too. Yes, true.
It's true.
True. Also, if such a thing as a neural suppressor for the Borg now exists, the Federation can spread that everywhere and nullify the Borg's reach everywhere.
That's correct.
Good pernt. As again, well done, Jill. And also, Jill finishes by saying, this is incredible. The Borg are all but a paper tiger now.
Yes.
Also, the episode gets the language wrong. B'Elanna is uploading a virus, not downloading one.
I noticed that as well. But they do that all the time. You know what I mean? People give me shit when I point that out because they think I'm nitpicking. But I mean, Jill, how many times have they done it? They've done it, I think, at least 5 times now. It's like,
you can understand a mistake here and there, but they're
really but it's constant.
Really
and Eric is sweet talking me from the chat, and he also sent you a present.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. He says, Raquel, as an Irish lash, you should have sang whiskey in the jar.
I love you.
Very cool.
Sweetheart. Thank you so much.
You rock, buddy. Let's see here. Wagner says grade F minus, I think. This two-parter completely removed what was left of the mystique that the Borg had. They have been reduced to a Kazon level villain. Nicely done, Voyager. Good point. They really have been reduced for a long time ago for me, but I hear you. And we get some mama bird feeding action between two Borg. Tune in to another romantic episode of the Love Borg. Promises.
And if you want the Borg meme, it's on Gwagnar's X, his Twitter. You need to go get it because it's hysterical.
Indeediousness. How do the Borg communicate instantly with one another when they are in different parts of the galaxy? Even traveling at transwarp speeds, it would still take time for anything to be relayed. Yasser. Excuse me. So, Real-time communications between the Borg and Unimatrix Zero should not be possible, and the Borg Queen should not be able to instantly cause Borg ships to blow up.
With her mind.
With her mind.
Wes Kegel says, I subject myself to Voyager every week, so I am truly a moron. Well, I will see your level of moron, and I will raise you. I have the river card that will take you down, Wes Kegel. I've been watching it my whole life, and I have been rewatching it on January 1st since it has been possible, of the whole 735. I was doing that before even Voyager even came out. So I am actually the biggest moron here. Fee! Fee, fi, fo, fum. Princess Fiona, the giant, is here. She's in the chat. Fiona!
Oh, my goodness. Princess Fiona, love you. Good to see you. My dear, it's always great to have Fee here.
My partner in crime has arrived.
Let's see. The great Michael Beacom says, F, full disclosure. We watched the wrong disc from the Voyager box set in keeping with the theme of suckage this week. Long story. So I am reacting from the companion for 3 of the Fs. Okay. This week, Unimatrix 2, I did watch, completely justifying my original decision in the 90s to stop watching this show. Trek though it was. We could spend all night talking about its failures of Trek lore, failures of logic, or of sci-fi storytelling. I'll shorten it all to just say failure. If you like it, I'm willing to hear your arguments, but if I never see it again, good. I think I can safely say, Michael, that I will never see it again. Narada Naxamanda Bear says, F, this is why they make Bangway and Admiral. Very good point, Narat. Very good. Very, very good indeed.
Good stuff.
Dave J says, D+. Too volocious. Tuvoculus of Borg. Tuvoculus of Borg. Your generation is 1 of 0. Your designation is 1 of 0. You shall be facilitated. All of our creative shortcomings will become your own. Nice. Sorry, I messed it up there, DG. Well done. Thank you.
That's good stuff. That's cherry. That is gold.
Lisa says, F, being complete sucker for romance fantasy stories, not even this love story could help this drivel. Gibberish poppycock. The intent to free the drones was unnecessarily complicated. Matrix ripoff? Yeah. Good parent. Thank you so much, Lisa.
And it just shows that as a captain, she makes things worse. So the entire reason why they decided that they were going to allow themselves to be assimilated was not only could they be inoculated, but she thought it was the best way to save the Matrix, to save the dream state. And then in the end, she has to order the dream state destroyed. So she's just an epic failure of a captain. This does not pass the Kirk test. And I would just like to welcome Rob Altus. Rob, it is so good to see you, my friend.
Rob Altus, buddy, good to see you. I backed one of the prisoner toys in Wave 2. I wish I'd have been able to get more, but I know it's going to be over a year before we even get it. But still, looking forward to it. And you were the man that made it happen. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I know, Bubba Doom. That's absolutely ridiculous. I talked about that in my notes. It is preposterous. They knew that 3 vital bridge officers, senior officers, were going to be assimilated with the risk that they may never come back. Even I keep turning into Snagglepuss. But it is Starfleet protocol. When there's a situation like this, to instantly change all of the command codes and the security codes. So it is complete crap, even though Zathras isn't here.
Simply Steve says, F arting, oops, meant F rating. Good one. By the way, I don't see a second one of yours, dude. It says one of two, and it's already put it up there.
What's the timestamp on that?
That's 9:58. Do you have a second one, Simply Steve? Anyway,
no, I'm gonna go look now.
I'll read it just in case. All title: I Neelix, Bridge Emperor. This was the worst of the two parts, as it completely destroyed Tuvok by not allowing him to become Borgified, but
got it.
It also made no sense with still being called Tuvok instead of 6 of 145. Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
I totally agree.
Indeed, buddy. Shooter says, F. What a great plan. How could it fail? In same way, Tupac and Bayana don't need to regenerate like Seven in the Borg babies.
Yeah.
Nor do they have the implants. Don't they have the implants? Contradictory. Yep. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Shooter. Pat S says F-. Dudes, when are we starting Enterprise? It's about 6 weeks, maybe. I'm thinking mid-July. I don't know, you guys. You guys want me back, but I just can't take this STV.
That's okay. We knew we were going to lose some people, and that other people would come back. We knew there were going to be people who were going to pause. I want you to know that Clobby and I take no offense. We realize that a lot of people are very upset by Voyager, and you know what? You are not only welcome back, but you have been totally missed, and we totally understand. And Dave C., thank you so much for buying my book. That's incredibly kind of you. I hope you have such a wonderful time inside of that book. I just hope you have a great time. Let me know what you think. And thank you for backing my book. You've been such a great friend to me. I am so grateful to you. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave C., buddy, for the member chat and for buying Raquel's book and being a member, bro. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Bubba Doom 1. It could be our last review unless Mark's got one. Bubba Doom 1 says, we got a second one up there from. Okay, let me get this one out of the way. F. Forgive me for full frontal Bubba Doom 1, but I'd rather have a crotch infection than watch this episode again. They ruined the happy ending for the last episode. The makeup was excellent. But the Borg Queen let Janeway have a holographic image of herself. Ugh. They could have done something far better. Who got the Queen, Mrs. Colombo or Picard? Prime Directive. What's that?
Bubba Doom, you've just raised a very good point that I was going to put in my notes, but then I thought that it would be too nerdy, and you could tell that I studied editing and writing in university. I thought it was too technical. But I totally agree with you there about her appearing holographically. And what I think is that it's because she either couldn't get into the makeup or the next day she didn't want to do the makeup. Something happened behind the scenes there for them to turn to this holographic imaging, because it doesn't make any sense. There's absolutely no need for it. So it had something to do with the filming there because it doesn't fit into the story. I totally agree with you. And it's either that they didn't have enough time to do her makeup, that she couldn't wear makeup, or that perhaps they were doing some reshoots or redoing certain scenes because that does not fit in the writing. But that I say that with the caveat that everyone here knows, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I studied every form of writing in university with the exception of a screenwriting. It's just not something that interested me. I didn't want to write screenwriting, and I didn't do a lot of study of fiction writing either. The writing part of it, of course, I studied English literature and comparative literature and all that, but screenwriting in particular. So perhaps somebody who knows a bit about screenwriting might have some insight here. But it did stand out. It was super dumb. There was no reason for it unless there was something technical going on there. And I love that you noticed that, you big brain.
Fiona says, It's nice to see everyone coming around to my point of view. Believe it or not, I've been holding back on my Voyager reviews since we started. Now you could just write a single review, and it would work with 99% of Voyager, 172 eps, and we have maybe 3 that aren't awful. That aren't awful. That's not a show. That's a crooked casino. F-. You rock, Fiona. Miss you big time.
Yeah, I love her. She has an addendum.
Addendum. Oh, hang on a second. Addendum. Excuse me. Our Supreme Court recently said the First Amendment really interferes with legislation. Yes, they really said that. Yeah. This must be how Voyager writers feel about the Prime Directive. Well, they are Hollywood degenerates after all. So what do you think?
Yeah.
Thank you. I love it. Well said as always. Pat S says, I know this is a bad episode. Mark D with the C gave it a C-.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for spoiling his review, dude. To put that in perspective, Mark rated slamming his hand on a car door as a D+. Not a review.
It's funny. West, what have you done?
Oh.
West just sent you such a generous gift.
Oh.
Club.
West, thank you so much. You're too kind, buddy. Really, I'm not worthy, but I really do thank you, my friend. You're very generous of you. He says, I must be a masochist. Voyager causes me to lose brain cells every week, which I can't afford to lose. But I just can't stay away. It must be the great crowd. I'm here for the duration. That said, hurry, Enterprise. I'm with you, brother. Thank you for that. It's too kind of you. And hey, rest assured, we're both right there with you. We can't wait to get to Enterprise. And I've watched that so many times. And yet I'm just a couple of weeks ago, I got in the mood to watch an episode. I threw a random episode up there because I was missing Enterprise, even though it's just been like a year or so that I binged it last time. Mark D with a C. The chief engineer says C-. I'll be glad to get rid of this episode. He says, C-. I thought it took guts for Janeway and the others to be Borgified, but there were too many flaws in this episode. In what world would they let that happen? Let's see. It was nice to travel to Brigadoon every time you sleep, but we needed a cameo from Freddy Krueger instead. Some good scenes, but the Borg have been overused. They're ruined.
Think you're tired of them now. Saddle up, lock and load.
They were ruined for me a while back, so we're ready to chuck this one in the fire.
Please.
In the garbage.
Please.
In the waste disposal.
Yes.
All right, folks.
Out the airlock it goes.
Our next episode, folks, is Imperfection.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Why did the person write a 1,300-word summary?
Hey, at least we don't have to see the Borg again. Oh, wait.
Jeez. Imperfection is season 7, episode 2, production code 248 for those following along in the companion or the celebration. This first aired on October 11th. Believe it or not, I have been watching it since October 11th in the year 2000.
Sorry.
Come on, Club.
What? Oh, sorry. In the year
in the year 2000.
Gorn. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be reading from Wikipedia, the fecal finger paintings of the internet, and very likely Chat GPT. It looks like about a 1,200. It's got to be at least 1,200 word first year college essay. Let's just do this. It's gonna be horrible. USS Voyager encounters Wasanti starship, which is from the same homeworld as Rebbe and Azan. The Wasanti offer to take in the 2 children, as well as Mazati, leaving Ichab, the remaining child that Voyager has rescued from the Borg. Ichep and 7 of 9 discuss their feelings about the other's departure, and Ichep sees that 7 is crying. She instead believes her ocular implant is malfunctioning and goes to sickbay. Boy, the quality of writing just makes you just want to take a Klingon paint stick and shove it right up their poop chute. The doctor agrees
Wow.
it is malfunction and treats 7, but she continues to experience headaches and strange feelings. And they're not in her naughty bits like the last episode.
Well, that's progress.
Progress! Wasabi. I love you, Steve. After successfully completing analysis of a nebula in astrometrics, Ichep asks Seven for a more challenging assignment on the bridge, then states that he would like to study under Tuvok and 7 to pass the Starfleet Academy entrance exam. 7 offers to get a letter of reference from Captain Janeway. She finds her hand is shaking and excuses herself to the cargo bay to attempt to regenerate, but the computer refuses to engage as it states 7's cortical node is malfunctioning. Unable to regenerate, 7 goes to the mess hall and consumes several glasses of her nutritional supplement in an attempt to make up for not regenerating. Neelix finds her there in the morning when he enters to start breakfast. When 7 starts to leave the mess hall, she collapses as other Borg implants begin to appear on her body. In sickbay, the doctor reports that they cannot repair the node, and 7 will likely die without a replacement. Discovering a nearby Borg debris field, Janeway, Tom Paris, and Tuvok take the Delta Flyer to find a replacement node. They are briefly waylaid by raiders that claim the field as their own, but they manage to chase them off and leave with a node from a long-dead drone. The drone simulates the the doctor. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just such bad writing. You're trying to anticipate what it's going to be, so it's difficult to read. The doctor simulates the transplant of the new node into 7, but each run is unsuccessful, as the node has been inactive for too long. 7 prepares to accept that she might die. Though the doctor has confined her to sickbay, 7 deactivates him and goes to speak to B'Elanna Torres about the nature of death, worried that as she is no longer tied to the Borg Collective, her contributions will be lost. I hate whoever wrote this. Torres assures her that she has helped the crew tremendously and will have a legacy on Voyager. Finally, a normal sentence. Ichep, aware of 7's condition, offers to give up his cortical node to 7, as he was not fully assimilated by the Borg, of course, because he was a child. He was able to survive without it. The doctor simulates the transplant and agrees it has a high chance of success, but 7 refuses to allow Ichep to do this. Ichep purposely programs his alcove to disengage the node, causing his health to falter. Get out of here. Why did you write that? It makes him extremely sick. He nearly dies because he shocks himself by removing it from his body without medical help. He is rushed to sickbay but refuses to allow treatment to remove the node unless 7 is willing to accept it. 7 remains steadfast. She refuses to take the node. Janeway, 7, and Ichep debate, but eventually all agree to allow Ichep's node to be removed and used to replace 7's. The operation is successful, though Ichep must spend several days in sickbay to regain his health. 7 tells Ichep his actions were foolish and emotional, but then thanks him and promises to help him prepare for the Academy entrance exam. Ichep agrees, and 7 finds she is crying once more, though now her node is functioning perfectly. Listen, whoever is writing these with GPT chat, stop doing it, and you don't need 12 and 1,300 words to describe a Voyager episode. Just stick with maybe 200 to 500 words. That's all you need. I don't know what the hell you're doing here, but this is bloody awful. Clobby?
It's what? Is it Sunday yet?
Like, why? Like, so long.
Just hey, Mars Monkey Backs.
Why is Monkey Max?
I mean, just a cut. You don't even have to bother anymore when it's that ridiculous.
I'm
But you
not
can't.
going to.
You
It's too
can, but
crazy.
you can. I'm just saying you don't have to. It's outrageous.
I'm not going to. And the writing is so bad. Just anyway. What'd you think of the episode, sweetheart?
Well, I'll tell you. You know how sick I am of Borg stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are things I did like. In other words, I really
Me
like
too.
Icheb.
Me too.
I like the relationship between her and Icheb. See, that's more interesting to me than all the shipping crap and the
My
hair.
God, you sound exactly
having
like my
a
notes. You are my
relationship.
Star Trek soulmate.
I found this to be actually a good, decent episode because
Yeah,
I
me too.
enjoyed the two of them. He's really good. He is really likable.
Yeah.
And she becomes better because of him, I think. She's a better character because of him.
Yes.
And I found the thing again, even though as soon as I heard they were going to go to the Borg ship, I'm like, and she is a little, Janeway's a little nuts. But if I put that aside, I actually enjoyed the heartfelt, truly emotional parts of the relationship between these two characters who have a similar background. And so I do like the episode. And again, basically on the characterization and the character stuff.
Me too.
Yep.
I totally agree.
Notes indeed.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, before I give my notes, that I've been online friends with Manu since I joined Twitter, and then I dumped my Twitter, and then he followed me over to the Instagram, and we're following each other. And I just want to say that if there's any chance that he is listening in tonight, I just want to tell him how incredibly talented he is. And I really, truly mean that. We've never spoken privately. We just follow each other. And, over the years, we've liked what each other has said and things like that just a couple of times. I'm not close with him or anything like that. I do think that it's cool that he follows me on Twitter when he could, and then on the Instagram. I just think that he's really, really talented, and he's a very special person who has a lot of talent. He's such a good actor. Okay, so here we go. Seven wants to deactivate the children's alcoves because they are a drain on power reserves. When we first began reviewing Voyager, I told everyone that this was going to happen. This night was going to happen, where I was going to remind you that this is nonsense because Star Trek solved the energy issue, and our chief science officer is here to back me up on that. And obviously Gene Roddenberry. And the alcoves were there before the children. In fact, all of those alcoves have been in that cargo bay since Seven boarded Voyager. Even when they had no food, they were running those Borg alcoves. And I told you to pay attention to that. So here is the day, the comeuppance. This is proof. And so here are my receipts. You are now watching what I told you was going to happen. Icheb is more deserving of Starfleet than Neelix. I would have rather that we had Neelix or Icheb on the bridge. I wish that we could have made more of the Icheb character due to Manu's acting. He's so talented. We're going after the Borg again. I hate Captain Bangway. Tom Paris is wearing a wedding ring in this episode, but he's not married. Some people say it's because of the production codes are off. That's not true. Unless they were doing replacement scenes, the production codes are in the correct order. Icheb is the most compelling actor and interesting character on the ship at this point. When you look into his eyes, when he is speaking, you 100% believe this beautiful young man. I think he is 22 when he filmed this. He is just such a great actor. He should be on the big screen, not the little screen. He did such a great job here. Manu is marvelous, I put in my notes. Better acting than what we have come to expect, what is typical on this shit show. He is excellent with Picardo. Watching him in these fleeting moments with Picardo is just absolutely great, because this could have been a film. These two could have been in a film together and carried Voyager just on their own. Manu's performance is simply excellent, and he elevates the entire episode. I like the part where we start to get away from how Lotto Super 7 feels, and we shift the story dramatically toward the topic of organ transplant within families. I think that it is beautiful. I think it's very nice. I think this is good Star Trek. I think that it was a little bit slow at the beginning. There was too much Lotto Super 7. I think we could have shortened that up. We could have had a lot more Manu. We could have had a lot more of this families coping with what it's like to have a young child say, "I'll save you, Daddy. I'll give you a piece of my liver. I'll save you, Mummy. I'll give you my kidney. I'll save you, Mummy." You know what I mean? Like, this is a very serious
Yeah.
and beautiful thing that is very becoming of Star Trek. Unfortunately, they drag out Lotto Super 7, and we spend far too much time worried about her vanity and her acting more Vulcanian than the Vulcan. And I'm tired of her, and she's not even a good actress. So I can only give this one an A. But if we would have compressed that front load, the beginning of it, we would have compressed it, and we would have spent more time on this idea of, what do you do when there is no organ and your family member needs an organ transplant, and how that would be a child, and how there are some people out there who have even had children in the hopes of being able to produce an organ for one of their siblings. This is a very huge issue. It is a science fiction issue. It involves medical advancement. It involves technology and how that's going to affect us in the future. There was a very serious issue here to discuss, and we waited a little too long to involve the wonderful Manu, who I just love, and I have a terrible time saying his last name, but I love him. He's very talented, a sweetheart of a kid. If he were my son at 22 years old giving a performance like this, my God, my heart would just swell to be the size of a car. What a beautiful, cute young man giving a masterful performance at 22 years old. This is an A.
I got you. Well, I have it at the B plus. I like it a lot, but some of the stuff with Janeway, man, they're not wrong when they point out she's really reckless.
Yeah.
I mean, she really endangers the ship. I know, look, trying to help 7, that's one thing. And also, it's not only that, I guess it's kind of stupid that we know we need a Borg part. I know where we can get one. 5 seconds later, oh, over there, yeah. Because there's a Borg, Sargasso, or a junkyard, basically. Why? I mean, the Borg are that much wimps, they get beat all the time. I mean, some of that stuff was annoying, but if you just sweep all that away, it really is a very touching story between the two of them, and they make it work. And I agree with everything you said there. So,
yeah,
and he's so much better. I mean, he's so much better than like a wussy crusher type character, something like that. A young character that's annoying. He's really understandable, very relatable. It's a shame. Again, the actor needed a job, I guess. He let them do what they did to him in PR season 1 was disturbing, but you don't count that anyway. It doesn't matter. Ichab is a good character, very likable.
Yeah, the guy is, like I said, it's not like we're close, but the way he treats fans, the way that he treats normal people, the way that he is on screen, he has such a passionate look on his face, and you look into his eyes when the camera is focused on him when he's speaking, and you forget that he's an actor. And that's what acting is really about. You're convincing me that you're a character. And when I stop thinking about you being a person and I start thinking of you being this young man, it's a 22-year-old man, I think he is at this age, playing like a 15 or a 16-year-old boy who's been through hell. And 7 is all he knows. And look at his parents were maniacs, psychotic maniacs. And here he is saying, "Mom, I will give you my kidney. I'll give you a piece of my liver." Like, and you believe it. You believe it due to his performance. He's marvelous. What a waste. What a waste. Manu should have been a much bigger part of Voyager, and it's a disgrace what they did to him in the filth.
A disgrace, absolutely. Stephen Mack, hello there, and common people.
Good evening.
Common people, welcome both of you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, everybody. Well, let's see if you are ready for if you are ready to give us your reviews.
The word is given.
And number one, we'll get those ready if you come forward with your reviews right now. And I shall bring us some Max Redstone entertainment. So here we go. Ahem. Imperfection by the great Max Redstone, everybody. Dear Seven needs a wee overhaul. Borg implants, some causing withdrawal. Will she fall? Hit the bricks? One thing's for sure is Neelix. Makes another crew member cry in the mess hall. One thing, okay. I'll do it over again because it was my fault. Dear Seven needs a wee overhaul. Borg implants, some causing withdrawal. Will she fall? Hit the bricks? One thing for sure is Neelix. Make another crew member cry in the mess hall. I was a little plucky on that one. Well done, of course, always to the great Max Redstone. And now, let me see where we are. Brogu from my old hometown says, B. Well,
I think it's a great comment. I just read the comment.
Oh, he says, B. Would have been better grade, but the terrible writing in Wikipedia turned me off. Oh, wow.
Love you, Brogu.
You can't have everything. I mean, where would you put it? Enigmatic Drop Bear says, B. The lack of continuity in this show was mind-blowing. What happened to the impact of the Borg virus and their burgeoning individuality? What happened to Voyager's new Borg friends? Hang on. Good part. On its own, this episode is okay, but it makes no sense within the broader shite-stained fabric of the show. In that regard, the episode title is appropriate. Love
you, Edie.
Well done. Says each ebb skirted with, but thankfully avoided, impersonating Wesley.
Yeah.
Strange given Voyager's propensity for taking the worst examples from the Star Trek anthology. Well done, a bullet dodged. Thank you so much, Enigmatic Drop Bear. Sorry, I fumbled that up a bit there, buddy. RRTNZ says, often I think you all critique Voyager too harshly, but not this time. Seven's Borg devices are just plot devices. Did anyone really think she'd die? I'm all Borged out. F for contrived as F. Well, we were on the other side of this one, so it's different.
Fair is fair.
Yeah, we're on the completely other side of the spectrum, as we often are. But I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Didn't like it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Way it goes, buddy.
And that's okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. The Great West Kegel, of course, says, discovering a nearby Borg debris field. Deus Machina. Other than that, this isn't the worst Voyager has been. I'm a sucker for self-sacrifice every time. B, I know, shocking grade for me. Wow, there you go.
Yep. But you know, like you gotta call balls and strikes, as Clobby always says, and when they're good, they're good. And you know, when we first started Voyager, I warned everyone. I said, look, there are at least a handful of episodes in Voyager that I truly love. I think they're great episodes, but 7 seasons.
Yeah, we need a little bit more from 7 seasons. Michael Beacom says, C-. My mistake. I saw this one too. Episodes out of disc set order. Too bad it also sucked. So Borg implants make you a medical wonder, or they're going to malfunction and kill you, writers. No, it's got another one. Please make up your minds. By this point, Chakotay must wonder why he's still on this show because they've forgotten about him. Kim and Paris. Seven needs a transplant. Fortunately, the infinite improbability drive conjures convenient Borg debris they can grave rob. But turns out that contrary to over 10 years of Trek shows, Borg implants decay. So now they must steal a kid's. Let's see. Hang on. Organ to save Seven. I get that they were trying to explore organ donation, but it has been done much better elsewhere and could have been improved. Picardo again elevates the material.
Fair.
All righty.
Fair.
There you go, Michael. I hear you, bro. Thank you for that, Michael. Let's see here. Shooter says C-. Like most introduced kids in shows, they all disappear when the novelty wears off. Except Icheb. He can stay.
Yeah.
He's like Wesley, only not nearly as annoying.
Yeah.
Be tough to make anybody as annoying. But let's see. Borg debris fields seem commonplace. Seven's implants fail, and Voyager doesn't have enough silicon to fix them. In same way, doesn't offer to buy the node. Overall, nothing special. Yes, she doesn't offer to buy it. True, she doesn't. Let's see. JT Kirk says B+. I love the character and interaction between Icheb as a young adult and Seven. Icheb's Van Gogh maneuver really lets the actor shine.
Yeah.
The reason to get here was BS, so points deducted.
Yeah. That front half of it, it's just there's lots going on there, and we're going to hear from our chief science officer, as I said in my notes when I was discussing it. Definitely the chief science officer is going to fill you in, but Gene Roddenberry has already declared that energy, that power crisis, that is over. Otherwise, this technology wouldn't even be possible. So we can't be stopping at Texaco all the time. And the continuity, there are a lot of continuity errors here. I'm giving this a grade of A just because of Manu. I think he's wonderful.
I do too. He's great. Michael Bigham with Super Chat. Thank you, Michael. You're too kind. Shouldn't have. He says, I hope Robert Picardo is teaching an actor's studio class in how to improve scripts that suck with your performance. Voyager 1 through 7 is his bona fide.
Yes.
Indeed, yes, sir.
Oh, totally. And I hope he is teaching because he's quite wonderful, isn't he? He's such a great actor.
Yes, he did. He's Johnny Cab.
Yes, he is.
Wagner says, grade B. Finally, someone on Voyager who actually acts like they are in a Star Trek show.
Yes.
And it's the former Borg teenager Icheb, who is not even a full member of the crew yet.
Yes.
Icheb has become a good addition to the show. Too bad we didn't get him back in the season 2 after Neelix had an unfortunate accident on an away mission.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
How dare you? Oh, let's see here. Where's the rest?
We didn't Jake and Nog. We didn't Wesley. No. This is something completely different. This is a person who is actually a good actor. So I totally agree, Greg.
Yep. Indeediousness. Wait, wouldn't Janeway, Torres, and Tuvok also have had those cortical nodes installed in the previous episode? Never mind, the writers don't care, so why should we?
Yep, it's true.
Good point, Gwag. Jilly Jill says, A-. I enjoyed exploring Seven's thoughts on death in relation to her time in the Hive and comparing that to the friendships she has now. The best decision is made when the showrunners decide to have the rest of the children adopted, except for Ichab. Agreed. I only wish he didn't have to go for DNA resequencing, but that's Voyager. Gotcha. Ichab does a wonderful job of showing Seven what it's like to have an adoptive family and makes a sacrifice he doesn't have to make because he cares and knows she won't allow the risk. Yep, indeed. For all the good-natured heart this has, and because Ichab did all his homework, I'll forgive the fact that the Delta Flyer blew up in the last episode and is okie dokie now. Yeah, all his homework. Thank you, Jill. All right, Jilly. Bubba-doo.
Oh, goodness. Penny fell asleep, so now she's going to say goodnight to everyone. She says, I nodded off. Good night, y'all. Penny, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your nightly routine. It was good to see you, sweetheart.
Good night,
and
Penny.
Sleep sweet, and we'll see you soon. Everyone, please say goodnight to Penny.
Good night, Penny.
Sorry about that, boss. Please continue.
No problem. Bubba-doo. One says D-. Only for the boy. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been an episode that was legendary. Lost opportunity isn't there? Lost opportunity? Excuse me. Isn't there a ship full of friendly Borg around?
There is. Last episode.
Yeah. Hell, what did they do with the parts from last episode?
Yeah.
I don't know. Simply Steve was the man. Says B+ rating. Ichab was the best part of this ep for his self-sacrifice attempt, but Seven mars it insane way, going headlong into the Borg debris to find more Borg to scavenge off of. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
The great Eric K says, C. I heard this is Clobby's weekend to polish his Wesley collection. Thank you. That was last week, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, Ray Lucard, I totally agree with they can't replicate parts. They look at all of the things that we've replicated. The replicator, like think about Worf and his artificial and his artificial entirety. All right, like when that thing happened to his double spine.
Yeah.
And so we had like a holographic, do you know what I mean? And then didn't she replicate the spine? So, and then he had the transplant, and like just think about all the complicated things that we've done with the replicator. I don't believe for a minute that a cortical node can't be replicated. How would it be made by the Borg? Do they have a lathe? Do they have a milling department? Do they have like AutoCAD? Are they machining the parts? Obviously, they're replicating those parts, or they're you know, like Ray. I totally agree with you. It's dumb.
Well, it was a plot device, wasn't it? Fiona, the Princess Fiona, the Science Officer Supreme says, mystery solved. The same people writing the Wikipedia entries write this show. Voyager doesn't have an energy crisis. It has a creativity crisis. You rock. That's what they're running out of.
Yeah.
Indeedy-ishness. I realize TV is on a tight schedule, but they come up with an idea then take the laziest way to get there.
True. It's
most frustrating when the core idea is good or they waste an amazing performance. True.
Yeah.
Manu Interami. How about that? We'll go with Interami. Manu Interami was amazing, but the emotional impact of his scenes are lost in the swamp of terrible writing.
True.
I felt more listening to Raquel describe it, and that when watching the ep. This is sad.
True.
Indeed, Fiona. Starfleet ship infinite access to energy and raw material. I think she means has.
Mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
There is no reason for any of this other than the writers themselves face these issues. Lazy indeed. B minus for Manu Intirami.
He's marvelous,
Thank you.
isn't he?
He is
And
excellent.
like the whole time I'm watching this episode, I think to myself, this guy should have been like a huge actor. He should have been a major actor. And I just think to myself, what went on here where this kid who is like giving like a Jack Nicholson style performance, how did he not become like a massive Hollywood star? I totally agree with you, Fee.
Indeed. Addendum. If you don't build your world or follow its rules, it's impossible to care about the problems your characters have. Problems that should not be there in the first place. Rebel Moon, anyone? I'm sorry, I don't want Rebel Moon. You can have it. I'll leave it in your capable hands, Fiona.
Yuck.
You own Rebel Moon.
I tried to watch that show and I had to shut it off. It was just too dumb, and
it's
it was
Zack
not
Snyder.
It was dumb and it was slow. It was so dumb and slow.
It's Zack Snyder, of course. It was slow motion.
Oh, it's horrible, dumb and slow.
I've seen that's probably the most poorly reviewed thing I've seen in so long. Where like they can't even Snyder bots aren't defending it that I've seen. Maybe they are, but I've had lots of knockdown dragouts and conflict with Snyder bots, and I don't even see them defending it. So if they are, I haven't seen it. Anyway, our great chief engineer, Mark D with a C, says C+. I thought the problems with Seven's implants were too contrived.
Okay.
If they are so critical and not easily removed, how could Janeway let herself and top officers be Borgified? Well, they don't. It's a totally different episode. They already moved on and they weren't even thinking about that last one.
Yeah.
When they don't care about continuity.
Joe Dog's here, boss.
Hey, Joe Dog, buddy. How you doing, man?
And Sathras just walks through the door. Crap, crap, crap.
All right, Joe Dog and Sathras. Sathras, what's up, buddy? All right. Sathras, no. Does Poopy Stew have a malfunctioning cortical implant?
Yeah.
I don't know. That would explain a lot. Manu does a great job of portraying Icheb and elevates Seven's character. Agreed. Touching emotional story. It's an A on that aspect. Icheb, your ocular implant, it's malfunctioning again. The doctor, he says, your ocular implant is malfunctioning again. The doctor, actually, it's functioning perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great performances by those two. So, all right. Well, are we ready to move on to our next episode?
Yes, let's do that.
Okie doke. Our next episode is Drive.
Just let me bring up that Wikipedia article.
Which I
Oh
don't
my God, it's longer than the last one.
You don't have to mess with it that long. By the way, I don't think any driving happens in this episode. I think they're flying, or maybe not flying. Really, they're moving in something. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, Lisa.
What?
Can you see my review? No.
Where's Lisa?
Lisa, did you have a review?
Where's Lisa's review?
Did it get vaporized?
Did you say boobies again?
Lisa, let's take a look.
I'm kidding. She's never said boobies. I love to tease. We get vaporized for the dumbest reasons.
Let's see if we can find it, Lisa.
I'm going to look for her.
We're both looking. If you can give us a ballpark.
Where are you? Oh, private chat. What's going on? Oh, okay. That's Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch there.
Yeah, Mark, cool. Whenever you want, let me know when you're. Well, we can do it after the reviews, I guess. Let's remind me, if you remind me, buddy.
Where's Lisa? I don't see Lisa.
Well, Lisa, let's see if we can find
Where
that.
are you, sweetheart? Boss, I don't see her. I can confirm she is not on my side of StreamYard. I don't see her.
Lisa, try to put it if you could. I'm so sorry about that. It must have got nuked.
I hope that she has a copy of it.
She said I did say bimbo, but that showed up.
What did she say?
Just now. She's strange. I reposted.
No, sweetie, it's not here. I swear to you, it's not here.
No, Lisa's isn't in the yeah, like Steve says, not in there.
She
Lisa,
said
Jill doesn't
bimbo.
see it. Yeah, but she said just now when it showed up, so why would it not show up in the other one?
I don't know. It's very strange.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Lisa, are you on X? If so, I know we follow each other. If you could send it to me over there,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll say
Or Mark.
More, but to give it to Mark. That's strange. Yeah, but you should put the word in there.
Weird.
Yet to Eric or me or Mark or one of us, if you could, Lisa, we'd be happy to read it because it keeps vaporizing on us. So strange. It must be that algorithm is crazy.
Right? I know. And earlier, the RRTNZ bought that membership for someone. Like he bought it for Penny. But I didn't get it clocked on the tab like I normally do. No clock, no tab.
It was in the start, though.
It was in the start, so they got half of it right.
Yeah. Let's see. Richard M. Sherman. Joe Dog, it's Richard M. Sherman. All right, baby. That's not I'm not sure I know who that is. I must admit.
I have no idea who that is.
I'm afraid I don't know who that is. I guess it'll come. Disney legend. Michael Beacom knows who he is, but I.
Of course, because Michael Beacom is a geek encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Crazy. If you got one past the grand poobah of all of geekdom, you should feel pretty proud. Pretty proud.
Apparently not.
A great Disney composer.
Composer, yes.
Club.
Okay. I don't know. Wow. Cool. I mean, not cool. He's best. So. All right. Well,
While you're waiting for Lisa's review, I'm going to close the window because not only there are a whole bunch of people driving by and their cars are loud, but it's starting to get cold in here.
Go for it. John Platt. Greetings, John Platt. Let me see if I can. Okay, you sent it to Twitter. Thank you, Lisa. Let's see here. Lisa. Okay. Lisa says B+. Originally produced by Milton Bradley in 1965 and now produced by Hasbro. Pick up your Operation game at Amazon for the low $19.99 or used on eBay for $7. Oh, wait. It's a dramatic Voyager episode.
Yeah, you're not a fuss, Lisa. We love you and you're a part of our crew. So we need to say what you wanted to say.
Oh, no. Yeah. Lisa.
And John's here?
Yeah. John Platt, yeah. Lisa, it's never a problem. Look, you're one of us. You're part of the family. That's cool.
That's right.
And I'm glad you sent it to me over there. I don't know. Maybe they thought you were spam or something because it had all those prices for stuff at eBay and Hasbro, Merlin, Bradley. I guess that could be it. I don't know. You got me on why. So, but thank you so much, Lisa.
Stay fussy, Lisa.
All right. So here we go. Number one.
Mars Monkey Max.
What?
Nothing. Mars Monkey Max in the chat's like, stay fussy, Lisa.
There you go. Oh dear. Well, here you go. We'll go for it. For drive. Add one more letter to that, and it would be drivel.
Okay, this is Drive. It's season 7, episode 3. It's production code 249 if you're reading the companion or the celebration. This first aired on October 18th in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
half Conan O'Brien, half Gorn. I love you, Clobby. Okay, so this is a 1,300-word essay, and I'm not going to read it. Tom Paris and Harry Kim are out in the new Delta Flyer, rebuilt after the destruction of the first, for a spin through an asteroid field. They get invited to a race, and they participate in this race. Unfortunately, the race turns out to be just a way of Tom and B'Elanna getting married, and Harry trying to get laid, and it's basically it's a cheap and horrible knockoff of Cannonball Run that turns toward politics and just disappoints the ever loving poop out of you. Clubby, what'd you think of Drive?
Well, like I said, you could add, if you just add the letter L on the end of it, it's drivel. Yeah. Well, I mean, what can you say? It is just. I mean, look, it's intended to be. I say this a lot. I'm a broken record here. It's intended to be like an offbeat, fun, like a nothing, just like a take it easy, like a break type of episode. But we're 3 episodes into the new damn season.
Yeah. And
you're already starting with the laissez-faire crap. Again, I said this about, to give credit where credit is due. TNG rarely did those episodes, but they did them once in a while. DS9 got obsessed with those kinds of episodes, the lighthearted, fun-loving episodes. Sometimes they landed. They were kind of funny. Other times you're like, really? Yeah, whatever, man. It's not that funny. Well, again, the original series only did it 3.5 times. So once in a while, a fun, lighthearted episode. And yes, they did add some tension to it. But there's some adventure or some mystery to it. I guess some drama to it with the whole intrigue about the race and all that kind of stuff. But it was still a lighthearted episode. The idea, I guess, I don't know, space racing may be okay in some instances, but here it's another example of what are you doing? You're supposed to be trying to get home, and here you're stopping and screwing around all the time.
Yeah.
You're not taking your return home seriously. I understand once in a while stop and have a little R&R. I get all that, but it's really just another example. Just screw off, and they screw off enough on this show. And if this show were higher quality most of the time, like the majority of episodes were good science fiction, exploration, adventure, the kind of stuff we want Trek to be, if it were more in line of what we want Trek to be, then the occasional off lighthearted episode would be earned. They earned it. Like I used to say this all the time when we were reviewing DS9. I'm saying they don't earn the right to just do like multiple episodes when they're screwing around and trying to be funny. They don't earn it. This is not a damn comedy, or this is not the occasional lighthearted episode is fine if your show, like the original series, had so much gravitas and so many great stories. Once in a while, you didn't mind the trouble with triples. Once in a while, you didn't mind a piece of the action. You liked it. And it was even better. Those were even better because it was nowhere near the norm. It was the exception. This is not even, I know they're not trying to be like laugh out loud funny with the episode, but they're trying to be lighthearted and all that stuff. It's like, a space race and the Tom Paris's and what's her face's relationship crap and Harry's. It's just boring to me. And it's just, I don't know. I don't hate it or anything. I just didn't really care for it that much, I guess.
It's just crap, isn't it?
Nope.
Harry is wooing. Harry's always wooing. Tom and Belana are getting married, but there's going to be a whole bunch of drama first. No first contact protocols are followed in this episode whatsoever. We just have first contact, and then we just have a whole bunch of contact. Nothing diplomatic happens. Just Harry and Tom handle it all in one conversation. Ethan Phillips' acting is absolutely horrible. He's like a guest on Mr. Dressup or Mr. Rogers, depending upon whether or not you're American or Canadian. He totally reminds me of like a guest on Mr. Dressup. He just comes in, he talks, and you're like, you're an idiot. In the Delta Flyer, B'Elanna tells Tom that he got expelled from Starfleet. This isn't true. Tom was never booted out of Starfleet Academy. And it's very obvious that they're mixing him up with another character. Tom graduated from Starfleet Academy. Tom has a degree in astrophysics. If you want to revisit that, please watch Life Signs. I think that's I forget what season that is, around 1996. And Future's End. He is an astrophysicist, and he graduated. He has a 4-year degree. So he has a bachelor's in astrophysics from Starfleet. And he was assigned to the USS Exeter in non sequitur. So there's your evidence if you need receipts. So you're not like, what's she talking about? She's full of it. No, those are your receipts. Just go and look. This episode, I'm going to tell you what this episode is. You ready? Kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochy, imagining some uglies bumping. Nearly every scene with kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochy for Belana and Tom. I'm so sick of Tom and Belana's romance and their arguing and fighting. They just, I find them annoying. Harry is always getting laid. He always gets the pretty girl, and yet what's very strange is that if you talk to these normies who watch Voyager and they pretend that they're Trekkies, they always make it seem like Harry is a virgin and he never gets any. He gets plenty. Remember that time when I wished that after he had sex with that one lady that made him like glow all over? He was like a glowworm, that I said I wished he would have had something born out of his head. It's great. And then I wrote in my notes, Neelix becomes a reporter again, like when he first joined the ship, and now he's commentating on the race, and I just want to puke all over the screen. And then for absolutely no reason whatsoever, in the last few minutes of the episode, it turns into TERRORISM. I have to spell that because the algorithm will screw up our whole show. And then RACISM. So the entire thing is blamed on RACISM, and it is an act of TERRORISM. It is a D-. It's so, no, it's just.
Wow. Hey, Paul Martinez, greetings and welcome to Clobbering Times.
Hey!
I think I gave it a. When did I get? Let's check again. Yeah, I gave it a D plus. Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I think I like what's her name's ship. How about that? I don't know. Not much to like about this board, but I add an L. I also I add an L to the end of the title. So yeah, not good. Boring.
Yes, Rob. They all need to go to the agony booth, but we need to Ron Popeil them in the agony booth. We need to set it and forget it. Just put them all in the agony booth, turn it on, maximum, walk away.
Oh my goodness. Well, all right, everybody. Let's see. It is time for your reviews. You in the chat, if you so choose, right now.
The word is given.
Please come forth with your reviews, any rating and words you may have about Drive. And while number one is collecting those, I shall bring us some more Max Redstone entertainment. Let's see.
Maximum Redstone.
Oops.
Let me go on mute so I don't clickety-click through your whole limerick.
No big deal. All right, so here we go. All right. Drive by the great Max Redstone, everybody. Tom Paris is no hazard Duke, but isn't it always a fluke? An alleged rom-com turns into a bomb. The blast will make you want to puke. Great one as always, Max. Wow.
God, I love you, Max.
Max, you rock, buddy.
Oh, Max.
Dear, oh, dear.
Oh, Maximum Redstone. You are salt of the earth, dude.
Nice. All right, our buddy Gwagnar says D minus. Did I hear right? They want to go on vacation to Gaida Prime. Yeah, I don't think not Gauda Prime at least. Things are bad on board Voyager when visiting the Harkonnen homeworld is considered a vacation. Wow. Wowzer.
I love you, Gwagnar. I
Well
love
said.
you.
Good one, Gwagger. He says, Drive is an accurate title for this episode if they are referring to driving viewers away. Wozer. Boom, 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 boom. Nice.
So true.
The great enigmatic drop bear says, F. Speed Racer Paris. Here he comes. Here comes Speed Paris. He's a dumbass in space. He's a dumbass and he's going to be screwing up someone's spaceship. All right. So, Speed Racer Paris and Trixie Belland join the Wacky Races crew. If this farcical episode of Days of Our Lives in Space. Yeah, this is
Trixie.
So you think Dastardly and Muttley are there? Let's see. I don't see his number 2. I got his number 1. And it goes down. It skips to number 2.
Because the chat's doing weird stuff tonight.
That's okay.
Just hold on to 2
timestamp
rags
on
of a puppy's tail.
Timestamp on his number 1 is 11:12, or for you 10:12.
Yeah, that's all I have so far. No, his 2 is missing. I've got at 12 minutes past the hour, I've got 1 of 3, and then at 12 minutes past the hour, I've got 3 of 3. But I've got shoot, gwag, JT, and shoot in between that, and no number 2.
Well, ED, I'm going to get back to that. If you could get number 2 up there for me. This chat's been nuts tonight.
I know it's a piece of crap.
YouTube is being a real pain in the freaking eye. So if you can get back, I'm going to leave yours up there.
Ooh. He just sent it. He just sent it. Hold on.
Oh, okay, good.
Clickety click. It's on your tab.
There we go. Thank you. Sorry about that, ED. He says, Penelope Arena pit stop using her compact pussycat booby traps both Peter, Kim, Perfect, and the Mach 5 flyer. And Speedy has a tanty, devolving the whole wacky race into a soap opera charade. Dude, you are making my day with this wacky races, speed racer stuff.
Great, I love it.
This ranks as the first frustrating episode of Voyager thus far, and that is some achievement. It could have been so good and so much fun. Instead, they sacrificed it on the altar of shite and drivel. So he gives that a big F there. But dude, you get an A+ for your review, buddy.
Because the review dropped the mic. The erudite bear. That's
wow.
Good.
Indeed. Thank you, Enigmatic Drop Bear, for that one. Great one there. Our buddy Shooter, however, says B. How do you make racing in space exciting? Well, Voyager gave it a go, and it could have been worse. Okay. Sure, there is Tom and Bay Nana relationship stuff, but it is tolerable, he says. Let's see. I think these race relations. Oh, wow, race relations. Get it? I get it. Episodes work when compared to the constant alien menace type. A bit of terrorism thrown in, and it makes for a half decent. Did I just say that word? Episode. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you said the word, but it's okay. We should be all right. I hope they. I hope they just. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know not to put words like that. I mean, I'll be all right. It'll slide by. Terribleism, I said. So.
Terribleism. That's what you said.
I'm always mean to say terribleism, but I wasn't prepared. Anyway, he doesn't know. You know, the algorithms are really ridiculous on YouTube, everyone. That's why I sometimes go, oh, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
it's idiocy, but yeah. R says Kathy's surprisingly human in this ep, but Tom is such a d-bag that even awful B'Elanna seems likable. He is a d-bag. This one somehow manages to bog down the fun race concept in relationship BSD. For what a drag, says RR. I hear you, buddy.
You got it.
Jill says F. The magically repaired Delta Flyer is, so true, by the way, is going to magically repair B'Elanna and Tom's fledgling romance. This is all fluff. Even Harry's xenophobic girlfriend. They're both dunderheads romantically, so I don't mind them together. But why do they go from engaged to having a just married sign on the Delta Flyer? I guess I wasn't invited to the wedding. They just barely mentioned it in passing. Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy because we saw their wedding before when it wasn't real. Remember? And
Yeah.
now, if we had a second wedding, I would have to puke all over the screen. So I'm so happy that I didn't have to watch those two get married again. Just happy.
Indeed. Bubba Doom one says F, where to start. Have I mentioned I love Borderline Balana because she reminds me of my ex-wife? I was screaming at the TV, Tom, don't do it. How many times are they going to crap on Harry? Flaboni?
Ooh, he wants to cleanse the stream. Ooh, Bubba Doom did not like this episode.
Oh, okay, there, fair enough.
Neelix, and I strongly Cass. Hey, did I tell you that I hate Neelix and I strongly dislike Cass? Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass.
Indeedishness. Simply Steve says F rating for failure to start. Alt title: Drive by, shoot me, please. So much romantic slobbering. Made me want to gouge my eyes out, and even hinting at a possible trip with Harry Banana in Gapery.
Keely Chow, roll tide.
Hey, Kaylee, what's up, buddy? Let's see. What am I doing? I'm sorry. I can't see. I can't see. All right. I was about to do something. I already forgot what it was. What was it? Eric K. The Broads Wrencher says D+. We know Tom would forget Bologna, and that Virgin Harry would somehow remain his virgin self, but maybe someday he can get a girlfriend, and maybe Janeway will promote him to find him worthy.
Good evening, Radioactive.
Hey,
Radioactive.
Radioactive. Good to see you, Radioactive. And hope you're radio and active.
Southris says, if we just do the good episodes for the rest of season 7, Enterprise starts next week.
Whoa, you rock, Southris. Southris, you're a mean, big meanie.
That's funny. That's a good one, Seth.
Yeah, JT Kirok says 2 gears out of 5. Harry, don't do it. Don't take Cadet Locarno with you on a shuttle race. Wow, it won't end well for you.
They 100% mixed that up.
Oh yeah, that's true. The only thing about this episode is the new uniforms. That's it. Well, I think that was just for the race, right?
Yeah, I did really like those racing uniforms. But if you wore those to a con, then people would know that you would believe that you were chiefly a Voy fan, and then I would have to. No, I could. There's no way I could ever do that. I'm not showing up to a con as Voy. Ugh.
Wouldn't blame you. Don't blame you. I cannot fracking stand Tom and Baylana. If you attach cans to your shuttle in space, but it's a vacuum and there's no sound, do they really clank together?
Mm-hmm.
I'm no scientist, but I'm gonna say no. But maybe they do it. Maybe this is different for cans in space. Harry not scoring with an alien again. He did score that one time, a couple times though. Anyway, again, how many more times do we need this? It wasn't fun in season 1. It's not funny here. Bring out the racing, Cleboni.
Everyone's cleansing the stream tonight.
Wow. Well, okay.
Neelix, and I strongly dislike. Hey, did I tell you that I hate Neelix and I strongly dislike Cass? Neelix, and I strongly dislike Cass.
All right, Lisa says a D. I like the uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Harry gets a disease and kissed by a cow. Other than that, has the worst dating record in Trek history. Would you want to be Unlucky Harry or Tom Kirst? Or Tom Kirst with Torres need a poll? Yeah, should do a poll.
Lisa's asking for a poll.
Remind me to do one.
Okay.
And I will. I will do that, Lisa, I promise.
Simply,
but I can't
Steve, you would not show up as Chicken Man.
I would. No, I wouldn't.
If we showed up at a con together, I would like want to hang out with you all day. Like I would go off by myself because I'm an introvert and I just do weird things like that. But I would want to like eat and hang out with you and like, you know, we'd spend the whole day together. Not as Chicken Man.
Yeah, I think you'd be a fine costume. Good.
No.
As Chicken Man.
Don't go as Chicken Man.
No, not an active adverse says this episode just seems ridiculous. It sure is. Addendum from JT says, addendum, Bay Luana and Tom should have tried spinning. I hear that's a good trick. Wow. Let's see. Our wonderful Fiona, our science officer, says, to be fair, the character Paris is always mixed up with is played by the same actor, and that one is more interesting.
True.
Yeah, that's true. This should have been a slam dunk, a lighthearted ep.
Yep. Fun.
We don't see the crew having fun. It's ruined again by the execution and bad writing. I sound like a broken record. The much better version of this ep is Stargate SG-1's Space Race.
I'm a massive SG-1 fan.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder if the writers saw the Phantom Menace pod race and felt we could do something much worse than that. Hold my typewriter. Balana, Terribles, and Twink Paris. Balana Terribles and Twink Terrace. Yuck. Here's my air sick bag. Wow. Let's see. I have always maintained that the filth started here.
Agreed.
Here are my receipts. I have a PTSD at this point. When I hear Mulgrew's nasal whine, I retch by reflex. Please make it stop. F. Wow. Jill had an addendum. According to a new feature, the algorithm is supposed to tell you why your video was demonetized now. Oh, okay, cool. I'll let you know. Oops, 4 she says Fiona. Eric K says, Clobby, thank you for the super chat, by the way, buddy. Thank you.
Sweetheart.
Really appreciate that. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
He says, Clobby, that was the clone Harry who got lucky. Janeway was still next to the planet when they came back to it. Thank you. No, there was one that Raquel's always talking about, an episode called The Disease, where he was.
That's right.
He was getting it on pretty hot and heavy with a gorgeous, super sexy chick.
Yeah.
No accounting for taste, but she was something.
And we should have had her instead of Cass.
Yeah.
Just get rid of Cass. Let's just have her. I would have rather have had her. Not only was she brilliant, but she was sexy, and she was an alien, not a Borg, but an actual alien that was interesting.
Wasn't Cass gone by then?
I actually don't care anymore.
No, just saying. I think, but either way, you're right. You're right.
No.
Michael Beacom says, D-. He says, only know this from the companion. Reading the synopsis. What the literal hell? Paris and Kim stop at the red light and an alien pulls up in her dragster and offers to race American Graffiti. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I like her ship. I thought it was pretty cool. Had to read this twice. Torres has been trading favors with numerous crewmates to borrow enough holodeck time for her and Paris. Holy hell, bet that sounded a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
Then they talk about a race to settle disputes with multiple aliens. So it becomes the great race, and Professor Fate has sabotaged the contestants' ship. Real race drivers check. Oh, wow. Their machines constantly, check their machines constantly, I should say. But these guys don't know the sabotage. Paris and Torres stopped to work out their relationship since like Curtis and Wood in the Great Race, only steal from the bests. Thank you, Michael. And Max on Redstone, what's up, buddy? He says a bunch of zeros, 3, 7, 2, 7, 4. In other words, F. Thank you. Good to see you, buddy. We've been enjoying the lyrics.
And Eric K says, Claudia and Raquel, that was after they had met the clone people. Yeah, the gray goo. That's after the gray goo.
Roger that. So we'll see if Mark D. Let's see, should be along in a second. We'll give his a second.
Yeah, Mars Monkey Max, fry 'em
Mars
up.
Monkey Man says, I want to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant dressed as Neelix and order to chicken.
That's what you do. Fry 'em up.
I want to go there right now just to eat something, but
Pluck them and fry them up. Let's do it. Let's do it.
What are you trying to pull an eatery on me like Mark does, MMM? Because now I want to go there and.
If I was in America right now, I wouldn't go to KFC. I'd go to that other place, the place I've never been to before, and I have been to a lot of places. in America.
I bring you to
I've never been to the
Cane's. Yeah.
I want to go to Cane's.
I mean, sometimes there's some nice stuff at KFC. Well, there's nowhere near many of them around as there are Popeyes.
No, but, I would park in front of Cane's and I would never leave.
Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A says none of that. Dairy Queen, Max Redstone, Raising Cane's, yeah. So, well, no more reviews of this episode.
That's it.
Going once, going twice, going thrice. Oh, you just got a Raising Cane's there, Max. That business started in my hometown. So yeah.
They I think it was Pat S. and Thor in Vegas and Clobby and Mark and I. We were all on a stream one night and they showed me pictures from Cane's and I wanted to die. Like they have like these Irish style tea biscuits that I used to have when I was a kid. When my mom was alive, she used to make them all the time. And the chicken looks absolutely incredible. So just the biscuits with the gravy and the chicken would be all I would need. But have you seen their, I don't remember if they had fries or wedges, but I just remember they were cooked perfectly. And I just remember thinking, I need to eat there. I've never been so far south.
Fries aren't that great.
I have never been so far south as to get to Cane's, but I am going there because I need to meet Clobby, but he's taking me to Cane's. I'm going to Cane's.
We'll see.
And Twin Peaks.
Well, yeah. I might
where the chesticles are.
Well, wow. If I'd known that, I would never have gone. Okay, well, in that case, Mark, are you saying your review is that video? That's all? Okay, well, here's Mark's review.
Oh, no.
The chief engineer, his review of tonight's episode, Drive.
No. It is the 24th century.
Ew.
Oh, is that another one?
Fire.
This car could be systematic. Hydromatic. Ultramatic. Or I could be greased lightning.
We'll get some overhead lifters and 4-bell quads, oh yeah. Go grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Come on, guys, let's get to work. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was so good. That
Nicely
was
done.
terrific.
Nice, dude.
That was great.
Think I would get in trouble for that?
I don't know, but I was actually laughing so hard that I was hoping that I wasn't going to come off of mute because I thought there's no way they could hear me ugly laugh out loud.
Thanks, Mark.
That's great.
That's amazing. Will it mute you when they play a video anyway? So, wow, I did it. Sorry, I did them backwards, dude. I didn't realize I didn't see the first one until look behind. So I made a mistake doing them out of order, but anyway. So that was really well done. Everyone give Mark D with a C a big time salute. Give him a, I don't know, put a mark,
LLAP.
put a mark D with the C in the chat in there.
Yeah,
Or
put
an
a mark
LAP
D
or
with a
what?
C.
Or what? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, or just put his face. You know, you got his thing face in there. So, well, are we done with this turkey?
We are done with this turkey.
No, right. Okie dokie. Ookly dookly dookly. I think we is done. So here we go, folks. Our final episode of the evening. And while you do that, I'm gonna get me some. They'll go get me some middies, some meds.
Okay, you go do that. And
That is
the
called repression.
Yeah, the Wikipedia article isn't that bad, boss. So we're good.
Well, I'll be as fast as I possibly can.
No, you don't rush, and make sure you get lots of water, please.
That's what I'm actually really going to need, water more than anything else. Be
Yes,
right back.
please. Okay, folks, we're gonna talk about repression now. This is season 7, episode 4. It's production code 251, and it first aired on October 25th in the year 2000. Now I'm going to be reading from the fecal finger paintings of the open internet and chat GPT, also known as wikipedia.org. Here it is. A Bajoran is shown recording a message. On board USS Voyager, former Maquis member Ensign Tabor is found comatose. The doctor finds evidence of Tabor was attacked. Captain Janeway assigns Tuvok to investigate. Soon there are 5 comatose crew men in sickbay with the same injuries, all former Maquis. Tuvok notes that the assailant must have access to security protocols to avoid detection. Tuvok, Tom Paris, and Kim capture a negative image of Tabor's assailant. While investigating, Chakotay is suddenly attacked and rendered unconscious by Tuvok. Tuvok has no memory of this and continues his investigation. All of the victims recover but have no memory of being attacked. Tuvok meditates and has flashbacks of attacking the former Maquis members and has a vision of the Bajoran. Tuvok realizes the negative image matches his own description. Janeway discovers a message to Tuvok from the Bajoran, a former Maquis named Tiro Anidis, who, it's made up and it's crap, who experimented with mind control. His message triggered Tuvok to attack other Maquis members. Tuvok sends a message to his victims, who then take control of Voyager. However, Janeway helps Tuvok regain control of his mind. Janeway helps Tuvok regain control of his mind. I'm going to say that again. Janeway, Bangway, Borgway helps Tuvok, a Vulcanian, regain control of his mind. And Tuvok performs mind melds to restore his victims and retake the ship. The recovered crew attend a movie on the holodeck. This is what happens when you go around in the writer's room and you collect the contents of everyone's poopy diapers and then you smear it on the TV. That's what's happening right now. It's I can't even believe that this episode was made, because it really is. It's just fecal finger painting. It's everyone sitting down and taking their poo and smearing it. It's definitely in the top. It's one of the worst in the history of Star Trek. And Fiona says, "Oh, I've always compared this to the filth, or the beginnings of the filth." I've always considered these episodes seeds of the filth and the undoing of Vulcanians. It's just Clobby?
Yeah, it's this is such drivel to me. Where, first of all, it's official. Tuvok's the worst Vulcan ever. I like the actor. There are times in earlier Voyager episodes when I thought the character was sort of okay. But so it's not, it's the writing. And especially over the past couple of years, the writing is just awful of the character. They really don't know what the hell they're doing. And it shows. And absolutely, he is, man, oh man. What is wrong with this? And again, the plot here is dumb. It's been done a million times. Taking over the minds of the crew so they'll have a mutiny. And this guy, I don't care if they thought it was clever, I guess, this preconditioning crap where he's got this suggestion and all you got to do is trigger it and they'll just, I don't buy it. It's one thing for, like, let's say an alien entity controls the minds of, that's standard Star Trek stuff, but that at least in a certain eternal logic to science fiction or Star Trek, I get it. But this one, usually there's conflict when people are acting against their nature, against their will. But as soon as this switch is flicked, Chakotay doesn't change the same. He acts exactly the same, but he's just walking around. He just now has changed back, or he's decided to change. He's changed to mutiny, to obey the orders. Yet he's still. They don't go all the way with it. In other words, he still wants to let the Voyager crew off at a better planet and stuff, or on a planet. In other words, he doesn't want to kill anybody. It's just, there's nothing. They don't make a good distinction. They don't give you a good enough reason for him to be this brainwashed like this. Now, it doesn't make any sense to me. The control that this Bajoran has over them, I don't find it convincing. I find it lame. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. It really gets on my nerves when they do shit like this. It's boring. It's lazy. How many times do we have to see characters controlled by something? And this is the lamest I've ever seen. At least like I said, when it's an alien or something like that has is extremely powerful, at least that's something. But a Bajoran scientist? Oh, God. Maybe it's just me, but this is drivel. This is crap. Bottom of the barrel. It's bad in every conceivable way you could be bad, and it's not even the worst episode I've seen of Voyager.
It's true.
So, notes.
More romance. Yippee! Not.
Was it romance? Yeah. It was Tom. They were at the movie.
It's just more puke fest. And then Gwagnar showed up. And I was
Gwagnar was in this episode. That's
why
right.
can't we just watch Gwag? Gwagnar was up on the beautiful screen. And I was like, Gwag, it's so good to see you.
Gwagnar was in an episode.
Gwag was in this episode. And I was like, I just want to watch that. Can we just stay on the holodeck and just watch Gwag? Tuvok has hunches. Tuvok has a weak mind. He gave in to the Borg Queen when Janeway and B'Elanna didn't. Tuvok is religious. Tuvok eats meat. Tuvok is the worst security officer next to Tasha Yar. Tuvok is violent. Tuvok is unhinged. Tuvok is easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Chakotay is written as still feeling like the crews are separate. This is long before any Vulcan mind meld happens. This is eye-rollingly annoying. Like, really, seriously. Where did the female Vulcan come from? This doesn't fit with all of the telepath cleansing episodes, does it? Might be in the top 5 of the worst of all of Star Trek. The Vulcanian Vulcan, susceptible to mind control. Voyager is the beginning of the filth Vulcans. They're beef burrito eating morons. The Doctor is autonomous. You can't just shut him off. This episode is filled with horrible acting, and I'm not going to waste another minute on it. It's an F.
An F for me also. So, my dear friends, let us not waste time in dispatching with this poopery. So,
I love you.
Oh, love you back. And here we go.
The word is given.
Let us get this one done. Let's get this one into the crapper as soon as possible. And we'll have some great Max Redstone entertainment as well. Okay. Repression he goes, repression by the great Max Redstone, folks. He says, Tuvok's thinking is so crystalline, but Kamato's crew is over the line. So we may diminish his logical finish for a rejected story from Deep Space Nine. That's good stuff. Nice, Max, as always. You nailed it, buddy. Very, very nicely done, sir. All right. The great enigmatic drop bear. Also, doesn't seem to have much to say about this one either. It's this F. More soap opera and another episode about a breakdown of Tuvok's mental faculties. This silliness is beyond tiresome. I'm over it. Wow. Nicely said. And right there with you, sir. Wes Cagle said it's the greatest TV show of all time. He says, so Insane Watt helps Tuvok, a Vulcan, with his mental state. We have reached peak Voyager shite F-.
Wes Cagle? Wes Cagle?
Yes.
I love you. I love you, Wes Cagle. You are such a good friend. I adore you, man. I love you. I love you, man.
The great JT Kirok says, A++++. This is a religious time. This is a time of awakening. Pakam Batani. I'm always saying that wrong. Batani. This is the best episode of Star Trek. Reaches for Mark D with a C for a mind meld. Batani. He's been brainwashed, is what he's trying to tell us. Right? Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Am I being heard?
Please, God, let it be over.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're being heard.
Okay, just making
I
sure.
thought you were being rhetorical. Sorry, boss.
Oh, no. That's good. So I just want to make sure. RRT and Z says, Voyager does the Fight Club twist and breaks Rule 1. Do not talk about Fight Club. But the reveal was too early and clumsily written. Once again, a good idea undermined by mediocre execution. Repression 2, let's see. Six Maquis could take the ship. Yes. Reverse plot armor. And the resolution. Tuvok suddenly got better. Guest star was great. Overall, really dumb, but better than 2024 Drek and Doctor Who B-. Yeah, watch that new episode of Doctor. All right, so Wag, I'm seeing one of yours. I'll wait until I see a second. You have one of two, and I don't see your second one yet. So, no, I see it now. God, right in front of me, I'm a ninja. Never mind. Just disregard it. Yes, I am. I'm proven. I have a ninja license. Wag says grade F-. I think he means F-. Okay. The truth is finally out. The real reason I don't like Voyager is that they still haven't paid me for my appearance in this episode. True, but yeah, I'd be angry too. Right? I'm embarrassed to have been a part of a Voyager.
It's true.
But in my defense, my agent told me I was going to be on a Star Trek TV show, but didn't say it was going to be Voyager. I think he is still at the bottom of the Black Lagoon somewhere.
Daniel's Hot Topics. Good evening, fine sir. And Gwaggy, hey. I love you, man.
Well done, Gwag. Well said. Daniel, though, good to see you. All right, let's see. Where are we? Jill says, F. What's episode? F. Had Seska done this in season 1, I'd have been able to believe this is a little bit more. Sorry. But this is season 7. With the Maquis gone, what does Tiro even hope to accomplish? Yep. By now, we're supposed to believe all of the Maquis on Voyager were sleeper agents this whole time without anyone finding out because no one said the magic words. Yep. They trigger words, as they say,
Open
right?
sesame.
Yep. Break out. Yep. Let's see. This is the second episode. This is the second episode of the season already that belittles Vulcan's mental disciplines and actually turns it into a weakness that should not and it shouldn't exist. Truish. Since you can exchange thoughts and ideas, warping the mind melds to something sinister makes sense. So that disturbing effect is possibly the best part of the entire affair. Ends in a fizzle. Fizzly. This was weird and dull. I like this concept in Zoolander better. And plus, that one had a Mugatu. Zoolander. Wow. Good reference there. Larry said, the word. I don't have that clip, Larry. If I did, I would play it for you.
Not a review, but kind of a review. And I just love Larry. So
Well,
the word.
Shooter says D-. What do you get when you have unimaginative writers who hear the story of the detective who was unaware of his own crimes, which he was investigating? This is what you get. I
believe Shooter just shot this episode dead.
Nice. Well done, sir.
He's dead, Jim.
The great Eric K says F. I do not see how Raquel and Clobby like this one so much. Neither do I.
Somebody rover Eric, please. He needs to wake up on a beach in a village somewhere. Oh.
Lisa says D. Manchurian Candidate doesn't translate well to an alien with greater mental capabilities.
Right?
What a failure. Indeedishness, Lisa. I'm sure they thought they were being profound, F rating, says the great Simply Steve, 68. Regression, aka the Tuvakian Candidate. Tuvok in his actually the Vulcanian Candidate. No, that would be it. Tuvok in his second mind warping already. Yep, four episodes in. We've got 2 episodes with Tuvok being ridiculous. Already within the first 4 of season 7. Really, Chipotle gets knocked about, but not phased by it. Really.
At this point,
really.
At this point, Simply Steve, from reading the books, all of the books, the candid books about the production and the behind the scenes stuff, the good books, not the fan fiction, the fan con stuff. They really are at the point where they're just indulging themselves. Like the episode with Janeway, becoming a Borg. I really think it's just because, Kate
bored. Yeah.
wanted to, round out her time on Voyager as saying, yes, one time I was a Borg. And I think other people said, yeah, me too. And so they wrote around that. And it just seems like we're indulging in the goodbyes. And that's what these, 26 episodes are going to be about. They're going to be about indulging in all the things we haven't done yet. And it's pathetic.
It's so bad. JT Kirk says, addendum, yes, I was brainwashed to give this an F-.
Yeah.
We never doubted you for a minute, buddy. Now, Adanax Amandabear says R-. Or sorry. Janeway was the first bestest ever, and this is proof. I hear you. It was Michael Burnham 0.0 or whatever. Bubba Doom says F. Tuvok. F. Just kidding. F. Tuvok is still a rat. He's still chief of security after he was so devastatingly compromised. Well, Neelix runs the daycare, so it checks out for Voyager. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Bubba Doom.
Yeah. Nice one, Bubba.
That is such a great review. It is such a great review. I love it. And I love you.
Nice one indeed, Bubba. Princess Fiona says, this certainly paves the way for the hyper-emotional, violent Vulcans we see on the filth.
Yeah.
The only thing bitch... Bitchway. You got me, Fiona. I love you.
Bitchway's great.
Bitchway is qualified to help. The only thing a Bitchway is qualified to help a Vulcan do is put that stick further up their bums.
It's true.
Oh, that says one of two. I don't see your second one yet. Is there?
What?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't see your second one
It's
yet.
not there?
The Random Max Manderbear also. Well, maybe it'll pop up. Just wait until AI writes and animates millions of episodes of Voyager. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, she hasn't put it up yet.
Fiona, did you put one up and we're not seeing it or what? It could be commonplace tonight, but the timestamp on that was only 11:49. So
Yeah.
I jumped to it because I didn't. Sometimes I
I
forget.
thought there were two there, but that's simply because I got up
That's all right.
very early this morning and I worked in
No
the
problem.
yard in the sun all day. So I was just like, oh, it's not there? Because I'm just not sure of myself at this point.
Well, we'll go with that's no problem. We'll go with Max Redstone, and if she puts one up, let us know, Fiona, if you got another one somewhere. He says, FML. It would have been more plausible if there was notebook marked. If there was notebook marked, Star Trek, Voyager Repression, First Draft Teleplay, and everyone who picks it up and reads 2 paragraphs becomes comatose. And by the way, FML is the grade. Yeah, I know. I got you, buddy. Not just an acronym. I would have loved favorably. I would have looked favorably on this if Neelix picked up said notebook, read 2 lines, and then had his head explode.
Scanners.
Scanner scene. Storylines. This garbagey make me question the value of being a Star Trek fan in the first place. I acknowledge this episode's broadcast, but just for broadcast, I probably can't forget it, but I won't try to remember. Fair enough. I shall never be watching it again.
Bossman, you need to know that Zathras got zapped, and so did Fee.
My review got zapped, but I expected that. Well, wow, what'd you write, Zap?
Fee got
You got zapped?
Yeah.
Fee, if you could send it to me on the tweet on the X, if you wouldn't mind.
And she's a wrench.
Doesn't matter, I guess.
And Grim's here. Everybody say hello to Grim.
Hey, Grim. Hey there. Good to see you. Welcome. I hope you are doing well. So, let's see here. Well, sorry about that, Zath. I don't know, man. But if you want to, I don't know if you follow me on tweet or not. But if you want to send it to me as a DM, you can.
We have all these educated people here. They're just all so intelligent and such great conversationalists. Simply Steve just called Zathras Zapthras.
Zapthras, nice. Max has an addendum. He says, addendum. The nature and extent of Tuvok's weakness, makes him pathetic to the level where even Captain Mikey Spock would declare, shite, I don't need a brother that badly, and disavow his existence. Wowzer.
I agree. And Sean Carter from Mars just walked through the door and gave you a present.
Oh, Sean Carter, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, and thank you for that kind super chat. Let's see what you got here. Always great to see you, my friend. He says, after 72 hours, power is restored. Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Man, I'm so happy to hear that, buddy. I've been there. I know what it's like. So, good. That's good, man. He said, I smell like a sock. But I'm here and thankful for everything positive in my life.
Well, we're thankful for you.
It's great to hear that. We're thankful for you as a friend, and I'm thankful that that's back on for you. It is a big time bummer. As someone who lives right now in hurricane country, I know what it's like, and that is no consolation to you because it sucks, man. I'm glad you got the power back up there, buddy.
Go
Good
have
luck.
a hot shower and make yourself something nice to eat.
Yeah.
And cuddle up with my pepperoni there. Give him a good boop for me. And lemon pie. Lemon pie. Just
Lemon pie's
here.
Hey, lemon pie. What's
and
up, friend?
Fee got her second entry up. Can you see that one, or would you like me to start, sweetheart?
If you could start.
I'll do that for you. Oop.
All right.
Try that, boss.
But thank you, Sean Carter. Appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Okay, so Fee said, well, start over with Fee there. We got this certainly paves the way for the hyper emotional, violent Vulcans we see on the filth.
Yes.
The only thing a bitch way is qualified to help a Vulcan do is to put that stick further up their bum.
True.
And maybe if a Vulcan wanted to learn how to be a terrible captain and speak like they had a kazoo in their nose. Oh, God, you're the best. Vulcans are spiritual, not religious. No kidding. In caps and for a good reason. I want to strap somebody. I want to stab somebody now. I said strap. Oh, somebody now. F-, says Fiona. Love you, Fiona. You rock. Thank you so much.
Clever spelling there. And Bubba Doom has a gift for you.
Thank you, Bubba Doom. I appreciate the super chat. You are too kind, my friend. Appreciate that so much. Just non sequitur. I was having a conversation with another. Oh, I was going to do it as nomad. Sorry. When you say non sequitur, I want to say it like nomad. I am nomad. Non sequitur. Your facts are uncoordinated. I was having a conversation with another member of the crew about sci-fi who here has not seen Babylon 5. It's beautiful. I love it very much, Bubba, and have seen it many times. And I would hope if any of you friends have not, you might give it a look.
B5 is great.
The thing is, it doesn't pretend to be like Star Trek in the sense that it's not about necessarily deep science fiction, but sometimes they have a lot of episodes because of the science fiction setting. They do science fiction stories sometimes, but it is more about war and the politics and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's just got great characters. Does have a lot of even fantasy sometimes, like Tolkien. There's a lot of Tolkien in there, and it's great. It's a beautiful show. I love it. Again, obviously, I love Trek more, of course, but it's that B5 is way better than DS9 in my opinion.
Oh yeah, infinitely better. Yep.
Now Michael Beacom says he gives it an F. Holy hell, I despise this ep, and I only read the synopsis. Wowzer. Unbelievable crap ripping off Manchurian Candidate, Telephone, and eps of I Spy. Apparently bad on the do not watch list.
Yeah, avoid.
It's a fair cop. Avoid it. And now, hopefully, our final review of the evening, the great Mark D with the C, the chief engineer, says F. I could believe the plot if Neelix was brainwashed, but a Vulcan, yeah. Hasn't Tuvok been removed as chief of security for all of his bad Yelp reviews? Yeah. Nope. Unfortunately, my wife watched this episode with me, and she was not under duress. What did you think? It was stupid and dumb, she said. Well, good luck getting you to watch another one. In fact, I think that can almost be. If you talk to anyone to see that episode, it's borderline abuse.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, drivel.
Was that very mean of me?
Yes, I think you're a horrible husband to do that.
Yeah, it was an accident that happened. Yeah, I don't think she's been to most of the movies with me when they came out. I would drag her to see those.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, and I just like I have to watch one more episode for the Star Trek show tonight. She said, all right. And she liked maybe at the beginning. She knows nothing about the characters, and she said the beginning was okay, but she's like, at the end, that end was so convenient. Like all of a sudden, Janeway with the magic pill or whatever cures Tuvok, and just
goes to show you someone who you can be like just for example, a random channel flipper that's never watched much Trek or any Trek really, but you know about it, right? And
yeah.
Let me see what that's like. I got nothing else to do, and they'll watch it. And most of them would watch that story, and they don't know the characters much. But at first, they might think, it's okay. It's an interesting idea. Then they'll get to the more they see, the more they'll go, this is kind of dumb. Yeah. Even if they don't, it doesn't matter whether they're big into science fiction or Star Trek or not. They can still, as a story, they're going to think, this is pretty dumb. And if a relative normie to Star Trek would do that, anybody who knows anything about Vulcans is really going to go, this is ridiculous. Because of
and she doesn't know anything about. So I'm trying to explain to her. Well, Vulcans have, superior minds. She's like, "That's okay. Please don't explain anything.
Don't explain
else to me." She's like, "It's enough. It's enough." Fiona, it's just a shame that that you could have there's a kernel of a good story in there, but just lazy writing and so just not caring
Would you say
about
it's a kernel or would you say it's a nugget? I'd say a nugget.
maybe a nugget. Okay, yeah.
The amazing
It's
thing
not
about
gold. It's poo.
Fiona says the amazing thing about B5 is that no one talks about is JMS's ability to tell a 5-year-long story while at the same time doing it with satisfying and complete episodes. A triumph. Exactly. That's a lost art, I think, and I don't watch any much modern television anyway, Fiona, but I've talked about this a lot. Joss Whedon, who used to be a very good storyteller, he did that on Buffy, he did that on Angel, whereas you could have a running story arc and still have great standalone episodes. And he managed to do that beautifully, whereas a lot of the writing now is very lazy because they know they don't go into the office saying, okay, we've got 22 episodes this year, folks. Let's do 22 stories. No, we'll do one big long story and we'll just we'll have an individual thing here and there, but for the most part, we're going to write for the whole season. And you don't have to do as much. It's tough to do 22 or 26 now anyway, individual stories. And I understand it's not easy. Yeah, of course it's not easy, but you're getting paid the big bucks to do it. And, I don't know what you're getting paid, but he was great at telling us stories and he was great at that balance. Whereas a show like Blake 7, they had minor arcs going through it, but it was each week they told you a complete new story. Now, but on B5, he had this 5-year plan, and then at the end of season 3, he was told he was only going to get one more season, so he felt like he had to cram a bunch of things from 4 and 5 into season 4. Then after season 4, he ended up getting to season 5, like, and he had to find a way to do that, and it worked, but he ran into some problems. But the point is, he was great at telling individual episodes that didn't make you feel like, you wanted to be there the next week, but it never made you feel like, he's just screwing around doing nothing, wasting time and kicking it down each. No, he would definitely satisfy you most of the time with a full. In other words, you could go into any episode and land on there and go, wow, this is great. And it's a standalone, entertaining 40-something minutes of television. Sean Carter, that is too kind of you, my friend. Thank you so much. After all you've been through this week, I should be giving you a super chat if I could.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. He says, I'm grateful to have all of the modern conveniences, but what I've gone through is minor. Mm-hmm. Some near me have lost everything. Mm-hmm. I love everyone here, and I pass your good thoughts and prayers to those who need it more than me. Well, absolutely. Thoughts and prayers and all that stuff, but good vibes. To those wonderful people around there who are suffering right now, Sean Carter. I'm very familiar with that kind of stuff where I live. So,
and you know what, Sean, we have enough for everyone. We have enough for everyone. We have enough for you, and we have enough for all of them. It's just a terrible thing. It's very, very scary, and I'm just sending all of my love and all of my support. Really, really awful.
Yep. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate that. Fiona says, I DM with JMS. He is such a class act. He will not badmouth his fellow writers and is pretty humble. And he will not tell me who built the great machine of Epsilon 3. He says the clues are there. He's not. I want to know now. I want to know who built it. He's never going to tell anybody who built that thing, even if he did. But the clues.
Wasn't it the Dolphins that built that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wrong genre. Sorry.
The clues are there. I've watched that show so many times. That's great though, Fiona. It's funny how he could do something as great as Babylon 5, and yet his comic book writing. He wrote, and I know it's not all of his fault, but he wrote one of the most hated, reviled comics ever created. And it wasn't his fault because people blame Joe Quesada, but Brand New Day,
Yep.
Yet
that's one of the all-time worst. Yeah.
It's he's written a lot of comics today. He's written comics that I absolutely despise. He's written a couple that I'd liked, but he just needs to write his own characters. That's basically what it is. When he's writing his own characters, like on B5 or something like that, and he actually Rising Stars, one of those comics, people like that, and that was his own creation. But So, Number one, you must be dead tired. You had a long day. You
I had
said.
fun. I had fun gardening, and all this stuff is happening in the background with all the publishing, and the book has gone live, and there's so much yard work to do, and I've been indoors for so long, and it's just great. Summer is finally, late spring is finally here. The effects of late spring are finally here where I live, so it's nice. You can
The
actually
snow
have the
finally
window
melted.
open. Yes, and you can finally have the window open. I cut the grass today.
Oh, Enigmatic Drop Bear, thank you so much, my friend. You're too kind, buddy. Just thanks everyone for the laughs. This is a master class in how to put the fun into Voyager. Thank you. Thank you. Somehow I bet the Voyager people who worked on the show wouldn't appreciate it much.
Yeah.
Thanks, ED. You were too kind, buddy. I really appreciate that. I'm honored to have you here. We love your contributions. Did you see what Wagner said, by the way?
What?
You're so kind, ED, though. Thank you. He said, a group of us privately funded a trip to Calgary for JMS so we could meet him. Really? When was that, man?
Are you serious? That's great.
When was that, dude? He said, I don't see any freaking clues either. I have guesses, but I want to know. It's the only mystery left dangling. I mean, wouldn't it be too obvious to say the Vorlons or somebody like that? It's not the Vorlon. But, it doesn't seem obvious to me either. So
Shooter has to go. Shooter says,
Shooter.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you around, hopefully in the not too distant future. Listen,
right, buddy.
Shooter, you be safe, and you have a good away mission, and we'll be here, and hopefully you'll be able to come in here and visit more often than not. But be safe, hey, and good journey.
Take care. Take care, Shooter.
Shooter, take care of yourself, buddy. We're here for you. And you send me those reviews anytime you want. And we will read them. We will read them here. And we will miss you and can't wait to I hope you have a great trip and just be safe, man. It's not safe out there in that big world. So
That's
be
right.
safe. He said, yes, it was late 90s while B5 was still going on. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing, Wag. I love it. He is a good guy. I mean, like I say, he's the way he treated. Look, he and I, we don't agree on a lot. I don't agree with him a lot on everything, but that's no big deal. I don't need that anyway. And I don't have to like work he's done. I could like bitch about comics and stuff he's done, all that stuff. But the way he treated the guys, the people that worked with him, and the way he's treated fans has been spectacular. And he is a genuinely good guy, JMS. For all the haranguing some of us might give him about things he's written in comics, still good fella. And what he did for Michael O'Hare was just, way above and beyond the call.
Yeah, that's not a Hollywood story. That's a human story.
Oh, you sent him to my email, Shooter? Well, let me know. Send me a Twitter DM and let me know where your email is, what your email handle is, so I can better find it, because I got to look and see.
Yeah, make sure it didn't wind up in the spam folder.
Yeah, the Vorlons never shown time travel technology. The first ones, but they don't take sides. Yeah, so it's no, absolutely, Princess. But anyway, well,
can we just talk about all the cool guys in the chat who love mowing the lawn as much as I do? Man, I love yard work, especially really hard, like laborious yard work. I love the grit. I love the sweat. I love the sun. I love the feeling of the sprinkler, all of it. Like, I love the way you guys describe cutting the grass. I'm a totally, like, I could spend all day in the yard just
So you were
working.
touching grass all day today instead of watching Doctor Who?
Well, I was doing a lot more than that. I was I'm trying to.
She don't know that.
Sorry, you don't
reference.
know that reference. Yeah. That was an inside the ballpark joke, but yeah, one of the actors said, "Yeah, if
the Doctor Who actor,
if you don't like the show, just go touch grass." Basically, paraphrasing. Yeah.
The nasty actor was saying that too.
Well, that's not very nice. Well, today, someone who was walking by my house described my grass as luxurious. And I'm doing it without any chemicals whatsoever. And so I'm pretty darn proud of it. And I gave it a little trim today, left it a little long, and it smelled fab.
Nice. Let's see. Where are we putting that at? Well, did you want to hang for like the shout outs and the goodbyes?
Yeah, well, hell yeah, of course.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's not a school night.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool then. There we go. Let's make sure. Let's see. We're gonna do some shout outs and show notes. Show notes and shout outs in a second here. Yes, Silly Gatwick's his name. Shooty. And yes, I did sit through the latest episode. Yes, I'm an imbecile. I'm fully admitted. But yeah. I have so much to rant about. I almost made a video on it, but no, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
Joe Dog has to take off. He says goodbye.
Joe
everyone.
Dog, good night.
Oh.
By the way, did you saw something earlier? You mentioned ED that you're watching. He watched 78 Galactica. So, like you are, you've been watching that, right? Number
Yeah,
one?
I have a toaster in my basement. That's like in Canada, the basements are they're like home theater rooms. They're like party rooms. They have pool tables and poker tables and foosball tables and dartboards.
A talkie toaster?
Yeah.
Did someone say toast?
Did you like?
Would anyone
would you
like some toast?
Would you like some toast?
But yeah, I have my toaster in the basement with the home theater, and I'm watching episodes all the time, and I'm just going to continue to have it on loop and just watch it over and over and over again. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that instead of the 735. I think I'll just go TOS, the films, then right onto the toaster.
Oh, first time watching it for him. Yeah, there you go. Onto the toaster.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean the toaster?
Battlestar Galactica, you mean?
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica.
Well,
I have an actual toaster.
What about Enterprise?
What do you mean a toaster?
Oh, well, that's the inside joke. Battlestar Galactica. That
The Cylon.
the Cylons are
DVD
toaster.
with the Cylon head.
That's right. The DVD
Oh, I
with the
didn't know it
Cylon.
was called that. I have that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I taught it to my husband,
Jesus.
and he's like he feels so like nerdy now because my husband's a little bit younger than me, and he didn't get to watch Battlestar Galactica when he was little, and so he doesn't know anything about Battlestar Galactica. So I've been teaching him, and he has completely fallen in love with Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
It's like the women are hot, the guys are cool, the stories are terrific. Like he loves the Cylons. He loves everything about it. So, and I taught him the difference between the original toasters and the skin jobs from the new series. And so now he feels like he's a BSG guy now. And what's really crazy is now when I wear my original Battlestar Galactica t-shirt, he's like, hey, you're wearing BSG today. So he says BSG. He knows the difference between a toaster and a skin job. He's going full on Battlestar now. It's great. It's really
What
great.
about Boxy, though?
Pardon?
What about Boxy, though?
Well, yeah, Boxy, come on.
Fleeing from
remember
the
the show?
Cylon tyranny, the last Battlestar Galactica leads a ragtag fugitive fleet on a lonely quest, a shining planet known as Earth. But Boxy sucks.
I miss Lauren Green.
Yes, he was great. Ben Cartwright was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, and I highly recommend it. And I haven't
love it.
watched it since it first came out, and because I'm Canadian.
That's
And-
one. Yeah.
And I'm just enjoying it all over again, and so I have not a negative thing to say about it. I feel so happy,
I love it.
so privileged to be able to have that now, because that's not
Yeah.
something that I could have watched before. Even if you wanted to watch it, you couldn't. It's not like you can buy it. And I'm sure a lot of people will go, get out of here. You can get it. All you have to do is do this, or all you have to do is do this. No, like if you even tried to stream it, it's not available, and neither is Buck Rogers. So my husband overheard us talking about it on the Clubhouse, and he went and got it for me. And
Ah.
he was so intrigued by this collector who lives in another city. It was like basically in mint condition. And he was so intrigued by the box. And at the time, he didn't realize that it was a toaster. He didn't realize it was a Cylon. And so he said, yeah, I want that one. So he got it from him and had to pay an insane amount of shipping. He had to tell the guy, look, I'll buy it from you, but and I'll also pay the shipping. Don't sell it to anyone else. And so that's how I wound up with it. And
Cool.
It's awesome.
I love it. I've watched it so many times. Now, Galactica 1980, except for the Return of Starbuck episode, I don't really like it much. But yeah, you got to watch it at least once if you haven't seen it. If you're a Galactica fan, you got to at least watch it once if you've seen it. But then I watch Return of Starbuck over and over again.
Yeah,
They
right?
hate motorcycles.
Fiona says, I found a VHS of Moonraker, no braces there either. Oh, well. At least you tried. At least you looked. I think I'm forming the theory. It's still not a Mandela effect thing. I'm forming a theory that on the big screen, that the lighting probably made it look like a flash in her teeth or stuff, made it seem like she had it. That's a possibility.
Or maybe they cleaned up her teeth since everyone was smoking back then. Max Redstone said that the shipping was actually 583,219,149,581,239 dollars Canadian. Max Redstone, correct.
I blame Neelix for the lack of Dolly's braces. I think he went back in time and stepped on a dentist, and that's why she didn't get the braces.
Zathras, you stop that right now.
So she did have a blue neck. So I'm willing to buy into the possibility of what when you're sitting in a movie theater in 1979 when that movie came out, which I did. I went to see it 3 or 4 times. That there is a sparkle thingy, like her teeth sparkle, and it made it look like she had braces to people back then. I mean, that's a possibility. It's not, so if that's the case, and then on TV, it just looks so different. But that Mandela effect crap, I'm not buying into that. It just could be, we saw something we thought we saw, and it, turned out to be not that. Who knows?
Stephen Mack, Boxy, Wesley Neelix.
He was getting so much hatred, Boxy, on the review that was on was that Fat Stevens channel with the reviews of
really.
Yeah,
I got a bad review at the movie theater once too. I saw the original Galactica pilot at the movie theater before I got to see the TV show because they showed it a couple of times. They brought it back to theaters. They have this thing called surround sound. Well, our friend Minimus, he went. I didn't know him yet when that came out, but he went with also to the theater, and he went with a buddy of his that we both knew very well, rest his soul. And they were, they were like, high school friends or whatever, knowing each other forever. And they go to the theater, and there's this scene at the end, toward the end of the pilot, where they're running from the Ovions, those lizard people thingies that are trying to catch everybody, and there's a big chaos that's going on. They're all running from them and stuff. And the Ovions are about to attack or something, and then all of a sudden Boxy and Muffet jump out of nowhere and distract everybody. Like they kind of mess things up because they just jump out there. And his friend, and there's people in the theater. His friend yells, "That effing kid!" really loud, but need to say effing. Mr. Angel, what's up, buddy?
Get out of here, Chef. Good evening. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Hey, Mr. Angel.
So anyway, I love that show. And I remember when we first got our VHS back then in '79. They put the movie out. Movies like on VHS were like $80, $70, $80.
They were expensive, yeah.
And I got it for like my birthday present. So anyway, and then we got to watch the show, and then I love the comic book too, by the Lords of Cobalt, Max Redstone.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, look. Any final words? Number one.
Yeah, sure. I just want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who came here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time because I enjoyed your company immensely. We have such intelligent people here. Some of you are professors, and some of you have studied physics, and some of you are teachers, and some of you are engineers, and some of you are mathematicians, and some of you work in computers and programming. It is just so amazing to me that we all come together in this little room every Saturday night, and we talk about all these things we love. Um, you're also generous and articulate and funny, and I just enjoy your company so much. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come here and to write these amazing reviews and to start these awesome conversations. They truly are awesome, for me anyways. I know that's hyperbole and I shouldn't use it, but it is awesome to me. I appreciate you all so much. I had such a great time with all of you tonight. So thank you for your company. I want to thank the Wrenches for everything that they do for us here. Thank you for helping us to track down things that get vaporized. Thank you for keeping Clubby and I organized and welcoming people into the room as they come in, and just everything you do for us. Thank you for making this channel great. We really appreciate it. I want to thank Mark D with the C for everything that he does for us. Super funny, grease lightning tonight. Really enjoyed it. I want to thank Lord Thoth and the great, great Southern gentleman who backed my book, Larry. I want to thank Eric K and the great, very talented, kind, amazing guy, Chris Persia. And I want to thank the awesome Sauce, Guagnar. What a great friend and what a wonderful person. Wes Cagle and Lisa. These are people who go out of their way to welcome people here, to build this channel, to build up all of these friendships. And they go around and they just say, hey, no, come and hang out with us. They're such cool people. So thank you for doing that. I want to thank Scuba Pete, JT Kirk, and I really have to send a very special thank you to Michael Beacom. All three of these people have gone out of their way to leave amazing reviews for me. They are offering a handshake and an invitation for anyone and everyone to read my books and explaining how the stories are and how it makes them feel. And it's just amazing to have readers like these, smart, funny, kind people who are so generous with their time and their kind words. I also want to send out love to Chris Persia's father, and support and love to Enigmatic Drop Bear, and to Philip Story and his family, his mother-in-law. I want to wish Shooter a wonderful time on his away mission. I suppose you're going for work. And then my imagination starts to go wild, and I can't even imagine what you do for work. So if you are in service, and I think you might be, my heart is totally with you. And if you're not, and you're going to just go away and have a nice vacation, you go do that too. But we will be here waiting. You're going to be away for 3 months, and the entire time you are gone, we are going to be thinking about you, because you are a good friend to one and all here. My book is out, folks. The corporations, they want activists who write about activism. I don't do that. I just write classic episodic science fiction for the classic episodic science fiction lover. And you can buy my stories. They're at like 7 or 8 different bookstores now, which totally blows my mind. I can't even believe that happened to me. And I promised you a book in a year. Science Fiction Tales Volume 2 is out. It's published. It's available in hardback, like hardcover. I even heard that now Amazon's even offering it to Canadians. So it's available in paperback. It's available in ebook. It's available in hardback. And I released Happily Ever After, that book that has really had a big effect on my readers who really like what the book has to say. It's actually a novelette. And so because you thought it was important, I put it out there as a paperback as well. So if you want to buy that, it's out there. Before I say goodnight to everyone, though, I do have to say thank you to the people who backed the book. Without these people backing this book, There's no way I could have done this book. Okay. I did this book completely on my own, and my artist donated it to me. And a very kind friend of mine did the reading, the final reading of it. Other than that, I had to do this whole thing on my own. And that's really hard. So these people stepped forward and they said, we're going to help you, Raquel. We're going to help you do this. And so they backed my book. Not only did they read the book, but they told other people about the book. And they helped me with the cost of publishing. And I love them for it. I'm so grateful to my wonderful friend Larry and Tony Stark. Such two huge generous donations made by these two men that really carried me over the finish line. I want to thank the other folks on my Patreon who also donated generously: Sean Carter, Penny Lane, Shooter, Guagnar, Dave, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie, Pete, Eric Kane, his trusty dusty dog Kirby. It's my dog too, Eric. Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, and of course their son Sean, Mark D with the C and his beautiful family, Anti-Derivative Joe, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, he is Kirok legally. Go to Michigan, you'll see. Dabman and the Dabman clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course our very own little Lance. Don't forget to chuck some cheese in the chat. He is our Porthos. Just don't let LT see you. I want to thank Rob Altus. I want to thank Tyler. I want to thank Jeff Wyatt, Rod Thunderheart, Mazarus, and Wes Cagle. I also want to thank our friend Cardinal Sin, who backed my first book and my second book. Gil Bavel, may you rest in peace. I will never forget your generosity and how enthusiastic you were about everything that I wrote. You were a good friend to me, and you are somewhere in the great perhaps. And I just wish you so much love, and I have so much thanks. And I think that should about do it. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank Clobby for creating this virtual comic book shop, this mini convention held in this virtual comic book shop for us. If it weren't for Clobby, I wouldn't know any of you. And all of you are so awesome. I'm just so happy to know all of you. So I just want to thank Clobby for creating this space, for being the man that he is, the great Southern gentleman that he is. Clobby, I love you very much. And right now I'm reaching out and I'm putting both my hands on either side of your face and I'm smooching your entire face, but I'm not going to do it on the bridge because I don't want to embarrass you in front of your crew. Remember, a Starfleet captain is not supposed to show any type of emotion towards their staff. I love you, honey.
Love you right back. Well, my dear friends, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Does the chief engineer have anything to tell us?
Oh yeah, it was thank you for having me, and great fun hanging out tonight.
Thanks for that video, by the way.
Yeah, glad you guys all enjoyed that. Thanks. I wasn't. You never know what reaction you're gonna get, so I'm glad everyone.
We'll show them one more time if you want.
Sure.
Want to show it one more time?
Yeah.
Everyone want to see Mark's video? It's too good to not show it more than one. What do you think? What do you think, number one? Think show them?
As they say in Canada, give her.
All right. Show the longer one first, though, right?
Yeah, let's do that one. Yep. Okay, I got it. Here we go. And away we go.
I was about to do it, but go for it.
Oh, what's up? Yep.
No, go.
Yep.
Fire.
This car could be systematic. Hydromatic. Ultramatic. Why could be greased lightning?
We'll get some overhead lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah. Go grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Come on, guys, let's get to work. Yeah.
Here's the other one.
Here's the other one. Yep.
It is the 24th century.
Ew.
I mean, who the heck puts cans and goes? How they went into spacesuits and they wrote "just married" on the outside of the Delta Flyer? I mean,
Get out of here.
We could do that in the bay.
Oh, I guess they could have done the Bay, but it's just
Yeah,
I
but,
don't know.
yeah.
I just their
Grease
romance is so contrived. But
Freaking Max.
glad you guys.
And it's not even romantic. There's no sexual chemistry there.
Grease
It's like
Neelix.
watching
Yeah.
a brother and sister make out. Like, what the hell? Get that off the screen. Nobody wants to watch that shite.
Grease Neelix.
Grease Neelix, yeah.
Grease Neelix.
Was that the race episode mixed with grease? Yes, Mr. Angel. Yes, it was, buddy.
I mean, Neelix would need a lot of grease, right? I mean, with all that chicken hair, right? God.
I loved Wagnar's the Borg boat. The Borg boat.
Boo. Yep. Well,
Bitchway.
Bitchway.
Feet with Bitchway.
Perfect.
There's some good stuff on the show tonight, guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. You guys were all amazing out there. So, anything else, Mark, or whatever?
Well, just looking forward to Sunday Night Geeker tomorrow night, and I made a lot of pizza last night. I had some friends visiting, so there will be some foodery tomorrow night, as well as some movie reviews and comics and who knows what. But there were no clams harmed in the making of my pizza. Just
I can review the new Doctor Who just to be annoying.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be good. Yep. Maybe I'll get my friend Geoff to come on and give a rant like he did over this weekend.
Yeah.
I put one of the Doctor Who episodes on because he watched one Jodie episode and he said Doctor Who's dead to me. So I said, well, let's put the new Doctor Who on just to see. And there's no new Who. It ended with Capaldi. So I think he was channeling.
Enigmatic Drop Bear.
Yeah, take care.
When you're doing
Hope
that
you're doing
tomorrow,
well.
I want you to think about the hundreds of people that come here who care about you. You are on a team, and there are hundreds of people that that are directly behind you. And I want you to know that I'm just sending you all the love and all the support in my heart and in my soul and in my mind. You are going to kick the shit out of this thing, and you are going to emerge victorious.
Yes.
And you're the best, sweetheart. And thank you for spending time with us. I love your company. You are a marvelous human being, and I'm so happy that I got to meet you and that we get to be friends.
We appreciate you. Love you there, buddy. Good luck, man. Counting on you. Yep. All right. Well, let's see some show notes and shouty outies by everybody. Let's see real quick. Like Mark said, Injure Weekend Geek, the great Mark D with the C's channel. If you've not yet subscribed, he will put the link in there, and you can please go to his channel and subscribe. It will be geeking out as they always do. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday nights. And yes, he will annoy you by making you hungry at the Sunday night eatery. I'll be over at the great J-Man's channel, my good buddy J-Man, on Monday night. And then, for our Legion of Superheroes reviews. And then later on my channel back here for Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk. Then the rest of the shows next week. And by the way, next week our episodes are Critical Care, Inside Man, Body and Soul. Yeah, we get some shipping. Yay! I guess. Nightingale. Oh boy. Okay. By the way, I want to thank everyone who stopped by the other night for my big anniversary celebration the other day. 500 episodes on YouTube, 15 years doing this, and with 1,500 episodes overall. And we had a lot of fun. A lot of good friends came to show up and hang out with us, and I do appreciate that. So, anyway, it is time to do the shouty outies. Our wrenches, the great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Vindicated Wrencher, the Great White North, the Great Chris Persia, Devon Martin, the Wrench of Iron, Lord Doth, the God of the Wrenches, Avon lives, long live the Legion, the Great J-Man, Wrench Without Fear, Maddie's Daddy, Maddie's Daddy, I'll get to him, sorry. Maddie's Daddy, Thor in Vegas, Maximum Redstone, the Music Meister, Phantom Outsidery, the Rascally Wrench, Larry, our Triple Bullwinkle Wrench, and of course, Kal-El, and our two newest additions to our great wrench crew, Gwagnar. Yes, from the Grandmore from the Black Lagoon. And of course, he is Kirak.
The new ones are so good. I mean, the old ones are good too, but the new ones are just hysterical.
He is Kirak. Oh man, I didn't have a lot of time on that one. It's like I was doing it while we were still on the show. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. Let me shout you all out who has been here with us, because that's how we roll up in you. First, I want to say thank you to our great Finn, our great buddy, and our chief, engineering. Mark's the engineering officer. Thank you, Mark, for being here. By the way, thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Our communications officer, anti-derivative Jill. FKHC 2005 hike. Tim. Shooter. Godspeed, my friend. RRT and Zed, thank you for being here, buddy. Always great to see you. Sandra Feliciano and Raymond Feliciano, King Dolphin TV and Color. Classic Comics. Bubba Doom 1, thank you for being here, buddy. Penny. Simply Steve 68, you old rascal. Good to see you, brother. Where were we? Oh, let's see. A Skeptic Stream. Dave G. Sound. Star Blazing Wolverine. The Great Enigmatic Drop Bear. Steve Casaboom. The Jeremiah Hembry. Brogu from my old hometown. Let's see. Michael Beacom. Sander Hammerslag. Anonymous. Anonymous Gamer. Ray Lucard. Cassandra Beacom. Lisa. Philip Story. DJ Play Nice. Dave C. Touring Machine. Neranaxaman the Bear. Dadman and the Dadman Clan. Apollomes Minion and the Pepperoni. West Kagog. Pat S. Adega Outlaw. The wonderful Princess Fiona, our science officer. Rob Altus. Maz Monkey Max. Stephen Mack. Common People. Joe Dog. Zathras. John Platt. Paul Martinez. Keely Chow. Roll the Tide. Radioactive. Daniels. Hot Topics. Grim. Shad Carter from Mars. Lemon Pie. And the great Mr. Angel, the chef. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. It means the world to me to see you. You make our Saturday night special. You do that. And we're glad to see you. I also want to say a big shout out and thank you to the wonderful people out there who lurk. If you're lurking, we really appreciate it. Not everyone likes to get involved in all the chatting and all that stuff, or they can't. You listen in different ways where they're not able to do it. Either way, doesn't matter. We just love having it. And I cannot say enough that how much I appreciate it. And of course, anyone who is watching on a download or a rewatch or a later watch, thank you. It is much appreciated. And now we will get out of here. And everyone, before we do that, though, I want to say again, a big shout out and thank you. It seems inadequate. I'm not worthy of this, but to all the wonderful souls that gave up their lives for freedom. This is, of course, Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. And so many people over the course of almost 2.5 centuries of the existence of our wonderful republic have given their lives for this bastion of freedom and the ideals of freedom. And I mean, you cannot sacrifice any more than that. It's not possible. And they did. And so many have. And love and respect. I mean, no words cover it. It's just not possible. And so I flail at it because you can't really, I mean, you're thanking people that you never knew, never will know. But without their sacrifice, none of us would be here. And it's not just in this landmass, not just this country or not just this continent. It's, all of Western civilization, really. So can't thank them enough. There's no possible way to do it, but nevertheless, love to them all and thanks to them all. And good night, everybody. Please have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend and celebrate your freedom. That's, I guess, the only way you can truly thank them, since you can't reach out to and talk to them, is celebrate your freedom. Cherish it, and whatever's left of it. I know we got a lot of problems with it out there, but we have to stick together and honor all the people who died for it by trying to maintain it as best we can. Thank you all, and trek on and clobber on, my friends. More thing before I play the commercial, please go out and get Raquel's new book. This is a commercial for the old one, I think, but this is an ad for the old one, but we'll get new ads up there for the other one as soon as she's able to do that. But in the meantime, I'll play this one, but please go get the new book. Thank you so much. No joke videos or anything like that, folks. It's a bit of silence before we sign off. Thank you so much, everyone.